beetle and elm flea weevil are the two main ones that hit the elm trees, the hybrid elms.
Elf leaf beetle.
Elm leaf beetle.
Elm leaf beetle,
Yeah.
and the flea.
Elm flea weevil. Yeah.
Okay. Easy for you to say.
Sundays, 9 to 11 a.m., 1590 and 95.9. Chicago's Smart Talk.
After a big party is over, the people get to go home, but all the decorations get thrown in the trash. That's why there's Random Acts of Flowers. RAF collects flowers used at weddings, memorial services, and community events, then repurposes them into beautiful bouquets to deliver to people in healthcare facilities. It's a small and simple gesture, but when you see the smiles on people's faces, it's more than worth it. To learn more, call 847-430-4751 or go online at rafchicago.org.
Welcome to Mighty House. This is a radio show for people with problems. Home improvement problems, that is. Send an email now to robbie@mightyhouse.net or call into the show at 877-711-5611. From foundation leaks to roof repairs, the Mighty House team is on the job. You're listening to Mighty House.
Mics are live. Does that mean we should start talking now, Fresh Meat?
Yes, it does.
Right now? All right, cool.
Now.
All right. Good morning, Chicago. I'm Ron Calgo. The Mighty House team is on the air. Do you work on your $500 computer? How about your $5,000 or maybe $20,000 car? If you don't, is it because you don't know what you're doing? And if you don't repair your own computer or car, why do you think it's okay to work on the most expensive investment in your life? Are you really going to work on your home all by yourself? Why not give us a call, find out if it's something you should try. We can also put a game plan together so you can tackle that home project correctly. And with a little help from us, maybe make sure your most expensive investment does not turn into your most expensive mistake. Give us a call at 877-711-5611. That number again, 877-711-5611. We've got open phones right now, so get your questions in. In the first hour, we'll be taking your calls. We'll have the Mighty House Tip of the Week with Rich Calgo. In the second hour, we're going to talk with Coomer Jensen. And are you ready for this title? He is the Chief Sustainability and Resilience Officer for the city of Evanston. I used to have that title at one time. And in the third hour, we'll be taking your phone calls, of course, and answering your emails the entire 3 hours. You can join us on Facebook Live right now, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live. Brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and Maggie Rad.
Who's it brought by?
Smart 265. Can you see that right there? It's right on. It's on Robbie's back. She stole a T-shirt from him. She was out there.
Smart 265.
And Maggie Rad. That's MAG-ERAD. We're broadcasting worldwide and live at mightyhouse.net every Saturday from 7 to 10. TuneIn.com and on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. Podcasts of previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, TuneIn, iTunes, SoundCloud, and on homeimprovementusa.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. And video clips of the show are available at mightyhouse.net and on our Mighty House YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for a Mighty House Home Improvement Show, and our Twitter handle is at Mighty House. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com.
I'm on time. Thank you very much.
No. You were early, woman.
Yeah.
You were
Woman.
You
Woman.
You screwed everything up because you showed up early.
No, how does that screw things up?
Because isn't there a flow to this show?
Yes.
It's just like,
Well, there's two things that happened this morning that does screw
I can't
up the
hear
flow.
Rich.
She showed up early.
Yes.
What am I doing wrong?
And Fresh Meat's Fresh Meat
Yes.
came walking in with tool bags.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on a second here. All right. There. Now we can talk again.
Can I hear Rich?
Yes.
Yes.
Talk.
Okay. Rich, you
Yes.
like my shirt?
It's lovely.
Thank you. I'm going to talk like this the whole time. Backwards.
Uh-huh.
It's probably better, right? Preferred.
Well, I know when the police pull me over and they ask me if I can say the alphabet backwards, that's what I do. I turn around and do the alphabet. Didn't say facing me. You said, can you say the alphabet backwards?
Sure. So you turn
around and go, piece of cake.
A,
Hey. Hey, listen, to start the show off. So
No,
you
that
guys
was a good
probably heard
start.
about the B-17 that crashed
Uh-huh.
in Connecticut.
Yep.
The Collings Foundation. That's the plane I flew on last year.
No.
So I knew I wouldn't say I knew them, but I met pilot, flight engineer, and the crew of that plane.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I saw that the other day, that was
Yes.
that hurts, and
Yep.
it was one of the last flying B-17s in the world anyway.
Yep.
So my prayers, thoughts go out to the whole family and the Collings Foundation, and I mean they do some really cool stuff, and they are great at preserving history.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And it's not like they can salvage that aircraft either. It's gone.
no. So
So-
anyway, anybody, I don't know what you can do for them at this point, really, but still support the Collings Foundation because they have a great museum. They still have the B-24, the P-51. They actually have fighter jets you can fly in that if you have a pilot's license,
Uh-huh.
you can fly in jets for like $4,500 for an hour.
Yep.
But the P-51's like $2,000 for a half-hour flight. That was
Yeah.
my next one.
Yeah.
What does the Collings Foundation do?
Well, it was a doctor actually who just got into collecting stuff, and he originally had bought this B-17 as to restore it as a static display. In other words, just leave it sit there.
Right.
But the guys restoring it got into it so much, they're like, we could probably make this flight worthy, and they did. So it's been flying for years in what they call the Wings of Freedom tour, and they go around the country, and it raises awareness of it gives you a chance to see the planes and this and that, but also if you want to, a flight on the B-17 was $400 for half an hour,
Yep.
and it was worth every cent.
Yeah.
It's the coolest thing in the world to fly in a World War II plane. So I wasn't, and the pilot, I think had 20,000 hours on that plane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you would never even think twice about getting on it. So whatever happened, it had to be a flight control problem. But the other thing it could be too, though, is that they put people in these planes and they tell you don't touch nothing because everything runs through there.
Right.
It could have just been one idiot doing something. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
unfortunate, it really is. But
Yep. Well, the NTSB will get it figured out. I know they're.
I don't know. That thing burned pretty bad. It was barely recognizable, just the tail section, the wing,
Oh
because
my
there's nothing
gosh.
to those planes.
Yeah.
It's just aluminum structure, man.
Yeah. And there is no black box in them because
No black box, none of that. So
We'll see.
anyway, thoughts and prayers go out to him, and I know I'll support him for as long as I can too, because I just love the old aircraft.
Oh.
And they have a museum they opened up. Somebody donated a collection of tanks and military trucks. So they just opened earlier this year a museum, which is all set up with like dioramas from World War I all the way on. So it's definitely a place to hit in Connecticut.
Yes. Yes. Excellent.
Anyway, that's my little thing this week.
Good. All right.
Well, thank you very much. That's a nice tribute.
Yes.
I'm sad.
Well, now I can't wear that T-shirt anymore, and it sure as hell isn't going thrown out.
You can still wear it.
Yeah, rarely. It's like my loop shirt. You know what I mean? I have a 1979 loop shirt. It
You
goes
keep
out on
saying
special
lube.
occasions only.
No.
You keep saying lube shirt.
No, he's
Loop.
Loop.
The loop.
Thank you. My lube shirt.
Yeah.
My
You know,
loop
people
shirt.
don't know what the loop is. You're saying my lube shirt. We're like, Jiffy Lube?
No.
All right. So, all right.
What's so funny, Andrew?
No, all right,
Really?
so, Robbie's sporting a new T-shirt,
Yes, I am.
and it's from Smart 265,
It is.
who's back with us again. So
Get it? Who's back with us?
Yeah. You got it, girl. All
I got
right.
it going on.
So,
I'm
thanks,
up early.
thanks to Smart 265 for joining us for the next quarter, and we're going to
Yes.
get John back in here. We're also going to try and go out and do maybe do a walkthrough out there through their shop, which is incredible.
Really?
Yeah, we'll try and do a segment out there, just to see what's going on out there. If you're interested in getting into HVAC, this is the place to go. You're going to get excellent training, top-notch training.
Can they teach me something while we're there?
Oh yeah, very easily. Yes, George would he'll
It'll be
just-
the cold soda
yes
test.
yeah.
Oh, geez. My uncle was a
Oh,
sheet
geez.
metal guy.
Oh yeah,
And then
a tin knocker.
I don't know. And then he became like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I know then he worked at City Hall for a while doing like inspections of sheet metal installations.
Uh-huh.
So he was a
Mechanical inspector.
sheet metal guy, a sheet metal union.
Uh huh.
Yeah, union.
Uh huh. Union.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's that. So you're sporting the Smart 265 stuff. And
On
then-
the back.
On the back. And then, I don't know, does this one show up?
It's so funny because I saw that right away. You have the Marvin Design Gallery.
Yeah. So and they had some training out there. Marvin had the design gallery had a training seminar this week. So learned all the latest tricks and tips to installation of windows. And,
Well, let me ask you this. It says design.
yeah.
So was it installation or did you learn about new windows?
Both. The new products that Marvin's come out with, they've got a whole new line. If you like that really sleek, modern style look, where with the steel
A window's a
frames.
window.
I know it's a piece of glass to you,
Right.
but to some,
Unfortunately, that's the truth. That's how most people are. Like when I was building houses up there,
over by there.
I'd use Marvin or Hurd windows, and I think they're both probably the two best windows that you can buy. And yet people don't care that you put the best windows you can buy in a house. That they have that attitude. I can see out, it's a window. So if you want to cut corners, you put in vinyl replacement windows right into a 2x4 opening, and then you just flash the outside and hope they don't leak.
Yep.
And people are still happy with it because I can see out.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
Break time.
Break time. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we've got some more stuff. We got to catch up from last week yet, too.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had a
stuff.
good show last week up till that one thing about filler, but other than that, I think it went smooth.
We'll be back.
Oh, when he called me filler? I forgot about
Mighty
that.
House will return.
Oh, we gotta get a clip of that.
Hi friends, Mr. Floor here with your
Oh.
flooring tip of the day. Naperville to the North Shore, this Chicago winter has already been a week. While we all wait for spring, here are a few things to keep in mind. First, you already know that salt, dust, and debris are the enemy of your beautiful wood floors. Wipe up salt stains quickly and vacuum and dry mop regularly.
All right, Andrew, why is it echoing?
Remember to use the
It doesn't usually do this. It's usually when I speak, I echo on myself. The whole feed is echoing.
depending on the humidity of the air and the environment around it.
No, I'm not getting myself back. That's fine. It's the radio show itself. When anything, everything you got playing is echoing.
Between some of your floorboards that are the result of the loss of the
It's like I'm getting the feed twice, but I don't think it's that. I think there's got to be an open mic somewhere.
to shrink. Make sure to run your humidifier and keep the
There, that might be it.
in your home above 30%
Hang on.
to prevent these gaps.
All right, can you hear me now?
Please call us
Yep.
at
Now I'm echoing on myself,
800 or visit us online at mrfloor.com.
which makes no sense because usually that's what the problem is. Oh wait, yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Testing. Are you
Yeah.
good?
everything sounds much better.
Oh, because they haven't heard that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
Nope,
Limu
that's
keeps eating
definitely
the
good.
chips
All
off
right,
your
thank you,
name's
bud.
desk, and your keyboard, and your expense reports, and your stress balls.
Okay.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Hey, have you heard that ransomware attacks have increased by 500% this year?
Yeah, cybercriminals are targeting all types of businesses, encrypting their data and holding it hostage unless they pay up.
What if we're their next victim?
Don't worry, we have Barracuda to detect, prevent, and recover from ransomware and other advanced threats.
So we're secured?
Absolutely. We'll pay no ransom and keep this business up and running.
That's a relief.
Protect your business at barracuda.com. Barracuda, your...
Are you looking for a new ride? Ready to leave gas stations in the dust and speed away down the highway? 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds? Well, here's your chance. The Illinois Solar Energy Association is raffling off a 2019 Tesla Model X, the award-winning all-electric SUV. But you need to get your tickets soon because only 2,500 will be sold. So how do you win? Go to store.illinoissolar.org. That's store.illinoissolar.org. Buy one raffle ticket for $100 or the 4-pack for $300. All raffle proceeds will fully benefit the Illinois Solar Energy Association, a nonprofit working to advance solar energy development throughout the state of Illinois. The winner will be drawn at the ISEA member meeting on December 5th, 2019. Anyone in the continental U.S. is eligible to win, and you don't even need to be present at the drawing to claim your prize. So get your tickets, the rules, and all the other small print details at illinoissolar.org today.
Here I come to save the day.
Here they come to save the day.
This is Mighty House.
All right, we're broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday at mightyhouse.net, tunein.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. You can give us a call on the Mr. Fleur helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Fleur cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFleur.com. Isn't that funny?
Are you turned down that low?
No, she's not. Are you turned down that low? There. Is that better? More better? More better?
Dot
More better.
com.
Getting there. All right.
So yeah, last week.
What happened?
What happened, Rich?
Huh?
What happened last week?
Huh?
I'm having audio issues.
No,
Okay.
you said, that's all right. I'll just talk over you. You said the show was good except for that filler part. What happened? Refresh the memory of people who maybe missed that part.
So Ash was in the middle of a comment, and
A
we had a
dissertation?
caller on hold, and Robbie wanted to go back into pesticides on foods, which has nothing to do with construction. So I asked her to hold off on that because it was just filler while we went to the phones.
That went over like a lead balloon, I'll assume.
I got the same look I'm getting now. Although I will admit the caller definitely was in her corner because he called my tip of the week as filler as well.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, I am filler. I'm sorry. That's why I'm here. Because you probably can't see.
No.
Rich.
See, that's the thing. It wasn't a personal attack. It was the subject matter. It was irrelevant.
You just called me irrelevant.
No.
See, now you're taking it personal. It was not you. It was the subject matter.
877.
You weren't telling me how to choose a better 2x4. You were talking about stupid fruits and veggies.
You're not helping yourself.
Give me the shovel.
I'm 1,700 miles away. Do you think I look worried?
I'm going to pull the hair out of your leg.
Hey, Rich.
711-5611.
Give me the shovel, buddy. Just hand over the shovel right now.
If anybody would like to call and comment about my place on this show, let's just call it that.
Nope.
My place.
It's not you.
No.
It's my what comes out of my mouth. It's
just
not
a
me.
choice
But
of
what comes out of my
subject
mouth is irrelevant. So thank you.
Okay, so.
Man,
Yes.
people are so thin-skinned these days.
Did you
Suck it up, Buttercup. Come on.
Did you just call
this
me
is the real
Buttercup?
world.
Did you guys give away the Klein tool of the month last week?
Yes, we did. It went to Ed from Beach Park.
Okay.
See, I actually wrote it down because I knew that might come up.
Okay.
But yeah, Ed from Beach Park called in, had a question, and then got his name in there, and 20
good.
minutes later, he got a pair of ratcheting crimpers.
Excellent. So, we're going to do this week or this month?
Did we choose a tool?
I did. I
did?
I just unilaterally made a decision.
No, that's fine.
And it was
Gorbachev.
I'd rather be called that than irrelevant.
It's this is what so now I don't know if you've ever seen the insulated tools for like working on high voltage and stuff like that. So they have
I listen, I'm not afraid of electricity. I respect it, but when you get to high voltage, I will back away.
Bye-bye. Okay, so these are insulated so that you have the screwdriver. The only thing that's exposed that's metal is the very
tip.
Right. So then the rest of it is all insulated, the handle, all of that. So this is an 8-in-1 insulated screwdriver set. Comes with
Hang on.
You ready to
8-in-1 insulated. Okay, so because the other day when I was doing the newsletter, I had to fly through that. You know, I've got a work emergency going on right now, and it's taking up a lot of my time.
Sure.
So I had 2 guys quit with no notice that were running $20 million projects.
Why? Why did they quit?
Well, we weren't sure until 2 days into the job. I found out that they started their own company and took somebody that was actually interested in having us build them a stable. They're building the stable.
Oh.
Now, here's the funny part. where we're doing all this is a very small community, and this may be the only job they ever get. And they will never be employed in that area again because of what they did.
Right.
Wow.
So I hope they make enough they can retire because they're both screwed.
Nice.
So anyway, last Friday I had to drive over there, and it's a 2.5-hour drive.
Uh-huh.
I spent a day there getting all my ducks in a row. And yesterday was 1 week, and the job is 8 days from completion now.
Ugh.
Because I got everybody in the right direction. I mean, it's like night and day. I went through 7 dumpsters just cleaning up the job.
Wow.
Because they've apparently been doing nothing. So anyway, I'm tired.
Yeah, excellent. So anyway, the Klein tool of the month will be the 8-in-1 insulated screwdriver set. So you can safely work on the electrical.
Is it the all in orange with the little pouch?
Yes, it is a 32288.
32288.
Yep.
8-in-1 insulated. All right, I got it.
Yep.
Ooh, I like it.
And it comes with a little carrying pouch.
Hey, you know, that thing's actually got a retail value of about $50.
Do you have a laptop I can use?
Say it again.
I
My
like
laptop's not working.
Okay, I'll bring in my computer and charger, so stand by.
So that will be the tool of the month for the month of October. And okay, one last.
Now, you don't have to be an electrician to like this thing.
No.
Because basically it's an 8-in-1 screwdriver. Now, unlike most multiple size screwdrivers, I see, ooh, nice. It's got a nut driver.
Uh-huh.
The extensions.
Uh-huh.
No, that's not a nut driver. It's an extension.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. I got number 1s, number 2s.
Yep.
Number 3s.
Yep.
And a Phillip anti-slotted long blade.
Correct.
Wow, is that nice? I got to go lawnmower shopping at the Big Orange today.
Yeah.
So I just might swing down to Klein Tool Aisle and buy that.
Yeah.
Not that I don't have enough screwdrivers.
No, but see, these are insulated.
Those are cool.
It's exactly the problem.
And I love the pouch.
Yeah. Nice carrying case.
I'm going to get those. Gina's going to go, the boss is going to be like, what are you buying those for?
Yeah.
Because I can.
Yeah, it's exactly it.
I hope they have those.
So, and then also, you guys had Crescent on last week.
And
yes,
that went
we did.
very well.
And they were supposed to have sent out some samples for us. And some,
yes, they didn't arrive prior to the show.
No, so we've got those to give away today.
Wait, no.
You're not
Yes.
Why? What? You're not going to give them away? You want them?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
No, the deal was to give them away.
Yeah,
but
we have to.
The only thing
That
you got to
was the
do, though,
deal?
is you got to get at least one of them up there so that Robbie can do the social media influencer
Yes.
tool
Yes.
bag / purse comparison.
Yes. The
Do you have your Klein tool purse with you today?
I can't use it as a purse.
Why?
It just didn't work. And so I don't
It's
want
too
to
big.
I don't want to be on the air and tell them that it's not working because I don't want to tell Klein Tools.
Well, it works great for a tool bag.
They really didn't design it to be a purse, so I'm pretty sure
It's okay.
it makes a hell of a good tool bag.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm kind of
all right. Well,
No.
maybe next segment we'll do that. We're sending out the new Fresh Meat. Fresh Meat 2 is on its way out now to go get that.
Fresher meat.
Fresher Meat.
So the thing is, when it's got to be hard to design a tool bag though, because all right, so Ron being an electrician, the majority of his stuff is it's smaller, right? So it's nut drivers, it's screwdrivers. You might have big pair of Klein wire cutters and all that.
Yep.
Me as a carpenter, my stuff was a framing square, doesn't fit in a bag.
Right.
Speed squares or chisels and things like that. So it's hard to design a tool bag that's going to suit a multiple of trades.
Exactly. All right, we got about 2 minutes left. Let's jump to Will real quick and get the Will report, and then we'll come back with bags next.
Thought we talked about this.
I know. Hey, I know.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
The quick one for today. Just learning what a home inspection is.
Okay.
It's not exhausting. It's
No, it's to pay a guy to point out the obvious.
We basically evaluate the house, and the advantage that we have is that, unlike contractors, we have a general knowledge as opposed to a specific knowledge, so we can tie the various things together. I'm bringing this up. I did an inspection the other day, a young guy who was just graduating from architecture school, and he had a real nice job lined up, and he was looking at this really nice old house in a suburb, which I'm not going to mention.
Why not?
And it was a nice old four-square stucco, and the house was a freaking mess. The stucco was falling off. The stucco was not good to begin with. There was water intrusion issues. The basement had actual cladosporium mold. I couldn't stay down there more than about 5 seconds.
Wow.
The wiring was either knob and tube or BX with a couple of runs of conduit. The furnace was installed wrong. The BX was, the knob and tube was live. And there had been a fire in the attic, and half of the rafters were charred, and some were charred almost all the way through. The back porch, which was added, was not properly ledgered. It was falling apart and rotting. In other words, the place was a mess. So I say to the guy, if I see something that's like really going to be a train wreck, I'll walk it. I'll say, "Are you sure you want me to continue with the inspection?" Legally, we cannot tell the people. Yeah, legally we cannot say to them buy or don't buy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but that's my way of saying, hey, look, I don't want to spend 6 hours writing up all the bad things in this house. So we can come back after the break if you want.
Okay. All right. Hang on. We'll take a quick break, and we'll have more right after this. You are listening to
Mighty House. This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Trust is key. Without trust, you don't have a business. Without trust, you don't have customers. Trust is the face of our business.
Paul.
I'm not using yours. I'm still trying to get mine. I don't know what's going on. It's really, really, really,
All right,
really.
I'll take a look at it.
Really slow.
Because that was part of the problem with mine. I had to get a software reinstall iOS on mine, but you have a Dell, so it might be different. But
yeah, this has never happened before.
Into the store.
So are you talking? You're just not the Wi-Fi is slow. Is that what's going on?
Well, that could be too, actually, because the internet in there is terrible. So.
I mean, look at
Like,
it's
if you have
taken
an
me a half
external
hour and
device.
I'm not even on yet.
All right, so just feel free to use mine. In the meantime, you can log on to Facebook. I don't care as long as you log out.
But it did like a whole reset on my computer this morning.
Visit their website at restorethenorthshore.com or give them a call at 847-998-1687. It'll be easy to find someone cheaper, but a lot harder to find someone better.
Yeah, there you go.
Finding great
Yeah, it did a
candidates to
whole
hire can
reset.
be like,
Yeah.
well,
So it was my
trying to
computer,
find
and
a
now it's
needle
the
in a
internet.
haystack.
That's
Sure, you can post
going
your
bad.
job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience.
Is Will still there?
And actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast.
Will?
So while other companies might deliver a lot of help,
Okay.
ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
All right, we'll come back. We'll get about another minute, and then we'll, when we get back, we'll wrap that
social
up.
media influencer.
Yeah, then we got to.
The smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Lisa, if you don't like your job, you don't strike. You just go in every day and do it really half-assed. That's the American way.
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611 and get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
All right, you can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now. Brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and Maggie Rad. That's MAG-ERAD. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. You can podcast from previous shows, are available at mightyhouse.net, and they are actually up now. So they are on Stitcher and iTunes. We lost about a month. We finally got that all figured out. There was a glitch with our server, so that is.
Yeah, like, you know what they had to do?
What's that?
Reboot it.
Yeah, reboot.
I love that.
Yep.
Go to school for 4 years to be a computer geek and
Yep.
just turn it off, turn it back on. That works.
Yep.
And as soon as I can get online, I'll start talking to all you guys because I know that you guys are watching and saying hello and sending me messages. I'm a little bit behind. I can't get there yet. So
Okay.
hold on.
All right. Please to hold.
Please to hold.
All right. So so you can actually go catch up on all the podcasts and stuff now. So we've got that current, I believe. So and you can find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net, all the different places that you can listen. So you can also just give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com. All right, let's wrap up with the Will report here real quick, and then we have to go to the media influencer. Hey, Will.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
So, I was just saying if you're buying a house and you're getting a home inspection, listen to the inspector. Like I said, this house I was looking at, this guy was a young guy, just graduated architecture school, had a nice job looked up. I guess he was looking forward to taking a 1919 house and like redoing it and making it beautiful. And if it redid it, it would have been a beautiful house. I'm not coming down on him, but how much can he bite off?
Sure.
Just because he's an architecture student doesn't mean he knows construction. And also doesn't mean that he will necessarily have the money to fix all this stuff.
Right.
And
is it worth it?
It happens a lot. Yeah, a lot of young people, they'll fall in love with a place before the inspection. Don't do that. Trust your inspector. You're paying good money. I mean, you could be walking. I saw the house the other day, ranch house, a flip, beautiful inside, but really a lot of structural issues under the hood. And they walked away. Thank God they listened to me. But it's like this case that I was doing in Southern Illinois with the home inspectors getting sued. That finally was dismissed because they walked away from it. But the problem was, in reading the depositions from these buyers, everybody thought that the home inspection was so they could get the mortgage. It's not.
Yep.
And so, I don't really care what it says, and I didn't pay much attention to him anyway because my dad does construction. He's a farmer, but he does construction on the side. Oh, is your dad licensed? No, he doesn't have any training, but he knows what he's doing. It's just common sense. You know what I mean? No, it's not common sense. It's something that you should be trained to do, and you should know what you're doing. And unfortunately, finding people who do work and show up and are trained is very rare these days, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's my 2 cents. If you're buying a house, get a home inspection, but listen to the inspector.
You got it.
It's not all great and roses, and it's not all train wrecks. It's usually somewhere in the middle.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Will.
Have a good, sir.
All right. Talk to you.
Thank you.
There we go. Okay. So let's switch over. And then. Okay. So we have the Crescent Tools was on last week, and they were came out with a new line of bags, tool bags. And so I think they had 3 different kinds. I have 2 here. So we have to give these away, but we can talk about them real quick too if you want. Yeah?
They're tool bags.
Robbie Rules.
Okay, go ahead, Robbie Rules.
Said if you get 3, you get to keep 1 and give 2 away.
That one goes there. This one we can talk about right here. Is that what you want? Yeah.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Fresh meat too. Here. This one goes in my truck. Okay.
No, actually, when they sent them over, they said that they'll send us 2,
Right.
1 for you for the talent.
Sure.
And,
Thank you.
And 1 for giveaway.
Yeah.
Wait, 2 for the talent? 1 for giveaway?
No, you only have 2 of them.
Yeah, we only have 2 here.
What's the other thing?
There is no other.
So now this one is. Do you want to get
It's
the
a
cameras
picnic
going
basket.
too? Okay, we're gonna get some. This thing, this.
It's just here. Look at.
We're gonna.
It looks like a picnic basket.
Almost
Here,
does.
we got social media. Then we could do this. Okay.
Let's see,
I'm
where-
sorry. Social media. Okay.
So Robbie's gonna do the social media influencer thing. So this one is a hard bag on the side.
Okay.
So it's a little different than some of the other ones. But
you know what? I do like the description of picnic basket.
yes.
Okay.
Hey, Yogi, how about a picnic?
The only thing is, if I'm using this as a picnic basket and it rains,
Yes. But it's still it's a hard the sides stay open. It stands open.
right?
So that's why you would like that one because it's you're able to see into it very easily.
yes.
And you don't
Yes.
So I can see where my snacks are.
exactly.
So I would put my plates here. Wait,
Yep.
I have to hold it like this.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
And
So
then
I put my plates here.
Oh yeah, look
I
at
put
that.
my silverware here.
Okay.
My chocolate. Do I have a big enough?
so you've
pouch?
created a whole new market for the tool bag.
Right.
It's the industrial picnic basket.
No, this is, and we can even call it because we're on the North Shore right now. We
Yes.
can call it the Ravinia.
Oh, the Ravinia bag.
Yeah.
Sure.
And what's nice
See,
about
now
it?
they're going to regret not getting those to us in time last week so that Robbie could rebrand everything they spent millions of dollars. I don't disagree. I think it makes
I'm
a
just
great
saying.
picnic basket.
You are the one who said picnic basket. Now look how nice this is because it just hangs right off my shoulder.
Yeah.
So
and
I
it has
have,
a padded shoulder strap, which I've never seen a picnic basket with.
No.
and what's nice is so on this shoulder I have my. I'm not putting that in that plastic bag. You're
No?
like waiting to put it in the plastic bag.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So in this hand,
Don't put that bag over your head. There's a chance of suffocation.
Thank you. It's what's
I
written
saw it
on
wasn't
keep
labeled,
away from
so I thought I'd
children
warn you.
and construction workers. So then in this hand, I have my little rolling cart
Okay.
with my chairs and my table on it. But over here, I have all my picnic supplies.
Okay.
It's very, very nice. But here's my question.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Maybe this will give an answer to it.
Okay.
Newly designed open straight pockets so you don't lose your bits.
Yeah.
Nice bit.
Rich,
Okay.
is there
so-
ever a problem with you losing your bits?
So,
Oh, sometimes me
Yes.
bits fall off away.
yeah,
Sometimes your bits walk away.
they fall off and roll away. So
Ron, where are yours? Never mind.
No, got to call a boss. She where
She
so,
got him in her purse.
yeah. So what did you say about the bits? It's
Newly
got
designed open straight pockets so you don't lose your bits. But
got
this
it.
is what I don't understand. Here,
Try the microphone.
I know. I'm just getting it closer to you.
Okay.
So why is this open like this? What are you going to put in here that's open?
Oh, so it goes through. Oh yeah.
But why? What's the purpose of this?
So you don't lose your bits.
No.
The pocket doesn't have a bottom on it.
So but
Oh, well,
it's
that's
like
for
a divider.
something taller then, so that it just holds it in place.
So like if you had a
Can of pop,
sure, or if you had
2 cans.
no, if you had like a box of drill bits, and you had the whole case of drill bits, you could drop the drill bits in there. That would hold them. You know what I'm saying?
Not everything needs to be in a pocket. It just needs to be restrained.
You don't like it? No? Okay. Right. So it's just so you could stack parts up in there. You could put boxes of stuff in there, and that's just a divide. It's almost like a divider. Does that make sense?
Yes, center divide, straight pockets.
That's what he
Okay,
said.
so straight pockets as opposed to I was going to say crappy. Andrew, can I say crappy?
Yes.
Can I say the word that starts with S?
No.
Okay, so you know how pockets go on an angle?
Yeah.
So like here's the wall and the pocket comes out
Yeah,
like this
it
and they're
falls
good for
open.
nothing.
Yeah.
Pockets like this are good for nothing.
Okay.
Because
Correct.
you want to put something that's like this and then it goes down, it doesn't go to the bottom.
Right.
So
and
this
it falls open.
Right. So the pocket is straight up and down.
Yes.
So this is really cool. And I must say, there
Yeah.
are a lot of little things. So when I'm at the picnic
Yeah.
and the cute boys come by, I have my little makeup brushes that I could just like touch up.
When
I'm at
when your
Ravinia-
when your firemen come over. Is that what it is?
Yeah. So when the cute firemen come over.
Uh-huh.
So then I just pull out my little makeup brush.
Uh-huh.
So I have for my cans of pop
Sure.
right here. I have my plates.
Cheese, your wine,
Mhm.
all goes in
This
there.
is all my little silverware, and I still have room for my makeup brushes. And look, I can put a little cell phone
Right.
thing right in there, perfect.
Yeah.
And then my little makeup brushes.
Okay, so I'm going to use this for a toolbox,
Oh,
and I'm going to put wrenches and screwdrivers in here.
oh,
The problem then is it
And drill
becomes
bits.
heavy.
Yes.
The problem is what about heavy?
It becomes heavy once you put tools in them.
Right, but the thing is, the handle is amazing. If it's heavy, I wouldn't put it on my shoulder.
It's a steel framed. It's a steel framed box.
Yeah, this is very, very nice.
And it's very solid.
877-711-5611.
What are the Robbie rules for giving this away? Who wants this?
Ooh, we'll have to just come up with something.
Well, right
like
now I was just giving the number in
43rd
case people
caller.
had questions. Did you say 43rd caller?
Yeah, just to make Trixie's
Where
life
is
fun.
Trixie? Is she there?
No, she's not even listening.
So maybe Fresh Meat 2 could start answering the phones.
Yeah.
All right. 43rd caller.
No. So here we go.
What's the rule?
What? I don't know. It's Robbie rules, not me.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not going to say this. I'm going to say it, and then we're going to decide, okay?
Okay.
So you tell me, okay? In another segment today, I want to talk about young people getting into construction.
Okay.
So what if the rule is you have to be, and people just have to be on their honor. You have to be a young person just getting in.
What's young? 50?
The
That's younger than me.
median age of an electrician these days, 57.
Yes.
Yep.
So you have to be a young person who's getting into the trades.
Okay.
That would be the rule. So it's on your honor. Someone would have to be
Are you
on
looking
their-
for a 20-something or a 30-something?
Yes.
Okay.
Either.
Fine.
There
Yeah.
you go.
The rule is be on your honor. Call in. Are you just getting into the trades now? And
But are you going to be
you
like
need
the
to
fifth
start.
millennial to call?
We've got a crescent bag to give you. 877.
It's beautiful.
711-5611.
You got to be young.
Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Alex,
sometimes when you compare
out of
prices
his
on
mind.
products, you think to yourself,
he is bored
what
out of
difference
his
does it make? The
skull.
rates are
That's
Why-
about
why
the
is
same
he here?
anyway, but sometimes
He's
the rates
he's
are
he's
very
Fresh Meat's
different. Let me give you
intern.
an example where there's a huge
Ron,
difference in
Yes?
what's
pricing
in the
between
other thing
companies.
behind you?
Vehicle protection plans. Look, if your car is 4 years or older,
You
having
had
a
2
vehicle
bags. I
protection
saw one
plan
go
is a
out to your van.
no-brainer.
What's that? Backpack?
Is not
This is a
overpay
yeah.
for it. Here are the
Because they
facts.
said they were
The
coming out with a
average price
backpack.
of
I didn't know he
vehicle
was sending
protection
one.
plan
Yeah,
is
he sent one.
$2,800,
Do you want
while
it?
The price of a Toco warranty vehicle
I have
protection
the
plan
Klein.
for most
Actually, I
vehicles
have the
is just
Klein backpack. I
$1,500.
love.
Yes.
The average down payment on a vehicle
Which that one
protection
is
plan
looks pretty nice too, but I don't need
$299. With Toco
multiples.
warranty,
Right. So we'll give
I
this.
don't have that many tools.
The
We'll-
average
we'll give
Well,
the
I mean, I
present
do,
one.
vehicle
but
protection plan is more than $160 a month. With Toco,
We got the tip
average
of the week
monthly
coming
payment
up
is
next,
just
too.
$49. To get a highly rated vehicle protection plan at a great low rate, call Toco.
Yeah, I know, that's-
at 1-800-987-3157.
Tell Robbie that's like almost I think that's like a $90 or $100 bag.
Conditions apply.
Dieting is difficult. Hot yoga
Okay,
is
wait.
hard.
All right,
Spin
coming back.
class is
Robbie,
with a
What?
tough instructor.
Yes, sir?
But you know it's easy.
what's the
Exact vitamins
model
and
number
supplements
on that?
just
That's what I
tag
was
on
looking
there?
up.
So don't take someone else's
Tradesman
vitamins. You don't
open
need to,
bag.
because there's genes
They have
for you.
like 6 different. That thing could be. That's like $100 bag.
Yes.
It says
Model number.
17-inch, but I don't see a model number yet.
Okay. Well, no, that's all I needed to set because they did it by size.
Take the free quiz.
So if you're on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and you're watching, send us a note.
$99?
Yep. Anywhere from $99. It's actually hold that up a second so I can see it more clearly. I think that one.
Features such as Hustler's patented smooth track steering, heavy duty steel decks, and premium bolstered seats. Visit hustlerturf.com to find a dealer near you. That's HUSTLER turf.com, hustlerturf.com.
Oh,
Oh, bikes are live.
come on.
Does you dig that? Let's dig it. I thought you said your dog did not bite. That is not my dog.
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611 and get advice from the experts themselves.
This
Or
is
at least
Mighty House.
All right, we're broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday at mightyhouse.net, tunein.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show, and our Twitter handle is at Mighty House. And if you want to sign up for the Klein Tool of the Month, give Trixie a call at 877-711-5611. We are giving away the 8-in-1 insulated interchangeable screwdriver set. So it's about a $50 value, and we'll be giving that away. That is the Klein Tool of the Month for October. And if somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, how can they do that?
Oh, you go over to mightyhouse.net. You click on the Contact Us page. Just put in your first and last name, email address, scroll on down, and click on Boom, done.
Boom, done. Just like that. Yes, Rob?
Yep.
Okay, I'm finally starting to get on the Facebook thing, and George told me that I'm looking smart today.
Yeah!
What?
Smart 265.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And good morning to everybody.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
It took 50 minutes. Well, actually, an hour because she got here early.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. It wasn't me.
Last time I was there were like 44 comments on there.
Okay, so good morning to David, Enika, George, Ed, Jose, Robo512, Wally, and all the others.
Okay. All right. Are we ready for the tip of the week, Rich?
We are.
Okay.
Or at least I am.
Okay, cool. Oh, what do we got going there? Oh, now he's getting it up and ready to go. Okay. If rumbling and cracking sounds are made by your water heater or there never seems to be enough hot water, stop by the Water Heater Warehouse in Northbrook and talk with Bob. He has a full line of A.O. Smith professional line water heaters with what kind of what kind of anode rods does he have in those?
I believe they are magnesium.
Magnesium and most people,
as opposed to the aluminum.
Yeah, people cheap out and use aluminum and
well, that turns to sludge.
Yes, and slime, and that's not
which
good.
Then you have to use the just stuff to Magarad to clean the sludge out.
Yes, so you have a choice. You can buy a good water heater from Bob, or you can buy his Magirad, which will go in and clean out the sludge and the slime. So it's up to you. Either way, you're going to spend the same amount of money. What are you going to do? Are you going to put a new water heater in, or are you just going to clean your old one? So there you go. And, of course, if you want to stop by, let's see. Bob's number is 847-564-4448. And he's in Northbrook, just across the street from Glenbrook North High School. And if you want Magirad, it comes in the 2-pound family size. It's approved by all water heater manufacturers. You can find it at
laws against selling water heaters within 500 feet of schools.
Yeah, if they're not plugged in, or then they're safe. And if they're not hooked, that's the problem.
Those are bars.
Is there a tip of the week?
Not yet. We're still.
It's gonna be.
I know.
A 30-second segment as usual.
The Magirad is, you can get it. How many Menard stores, Rich?
About 410.
There you go. And you can also just give Bob a call, 847-564-4448. And that is Bob from Northbrook. So check him out and get all squared away right there with your water heater. And with that, I think we can play this stuff right here. Stop. For the love of God, stop.
So, according to my phone, which I have not updated recently, it's sunny and 53 in Chicagoland today.
Thanks.
And if you're in Missouri, it's probably a little warmer. If you're here, it's
definitely
it's
warmer.
75 and sunny. It's beautiful out. Anyway, it's going to get colder, and you want to keep your car in its tip-top shape, so you should heat your garage.
Yes.
So, what are your garage heating options? What's the best way to heat your garage? So, first thing, do you have access to natural gas or propane? So, most of you guys got natural gas. It's actually pretty rare down here to have natural gas.
Wow,
really? Most everybody, we put 500 or 1,000-gallon tanks in the ground. Natural gas is way better, way cleaner burning than propane. Propane it's funny how they advertise it, but it is absolutely a filthy gas.
Really?
Yes. Black soot everywhere if your flames are not adjusted perfectly.
Oh.
It can be very, very dirty.
I thought that was just from the grease off my burgers making the grill black.
No. I've had propane fireplaces that the burners are just off a little, and they will soot up everything horribly. So yeah, it's kind of amazing. So yeah, natural gas is way better.
Okay.
So the propane industry will be suing me now, but I really don't care. I have nothing you can take that's all. All right. Don't burn diesel or kerosene in an enclosed building. So those little space heaters, the torpedo heaters and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are great in a construction site or on a job where you've got lots of ventilation because they stink and obviously the fumes can kill you.
Yes, and makes your eyes water.
Yeah. Use electric if you must. It's the most efficient because electric radiant heat is 100% efficient. The downside is it can be costly based on your fees for kilowatt hours, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So if you're building new, a hot water heat system's awesome, which is what? A 30-gallon water heater, some tubing in the floor, and a recirculating pump.
Boom, done. And you might want a tube manifold. So
Yep. You could do a manifold if you wanted to get fancy, and heck, you can go to box stores. They sell pre-made manifolds. All you got to do is put your PEX on it.
Right, and you run
plug-in PEX.
So you run a tube, a couple of runs around the outside perimeter, and then you do the inside. So that way you've got 2 runs, and you can control then the heat better from the outside to the inside.
Right.
So, okay.
So that's always a nice thing.
Yes.
So a hanging natural gas furnace is probably the most common. I think one of them is Hot Dog. It's a small one they make for your garage.
Hot dog.
Yeah, you could Google Hot Dog.
Hot dog.
And that's what I had in my last house. I just had a hanging one. And that worked great, and it was sidewall vented, so I didn't have to go through the roof or anything. It was super efficient, but it kept the heat in the garage was so nice. You could pull in the morning, you go out, it's 20 below zero, and like, whoo, car stays warm. And I don't have to scrape the window.
Yes.
And in my previous house, I was fortunate enough to come up with a really old downdraft furnace that was built like a tank. So I put the downdraft furnace at the end of my workbench, and I had my ductwork under my workbench.
Okay.
So it blew all across the floor.
Oh yeah.
And then so once you, like you said, with the in-floor heating, once you warm that slab,
yes,
it takes a long time for it to cool off. So central return, but man, that was nice in that garage too. So
yes.
That works very well. So just think about when, you're going to heat your garage. Remember, air sealing's more important or as important or more important than insulation. So what I recommend to people, too, is if you're going to heat your garage, do not put drywall on your ceilings. What I recommend is 3/4-inch rigid foam, foil-faced.
Yep.
You can put that up on your rafters, and it doesn't add weight, so you don't have to worry about that. It doesn't react with water. It's not going to sag and fall. And you can use foil tape and just literally put foil tape over the seams, and then you can spray it white if you want. And now what you've got is an R5 air barrier for a ceiling, and it will keep the heat in the garage.
Excellent. All right, there you go.
That's your tip of the week there.
Tip of the week by Rich Calgill, brought to you by Maggie Red. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Kumar Jensen. We're going to talk sustainability next, right here.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
What would you do if you knew a place to learn
Pull.
Pull.
All right. I'm thinking we give away one of these bags on the with the newsletter.
Huh?
Put it in the newsletter next week.
Yeah.
And whoever responds to the newsletter first.
First, or do just whoever responds and then we do a drawing?
We could do that too.
Because you're not going to be able to, I mean, I guess whoever responds first would be timestamped, so to speak, but
sure.
That's a pain. Oh, I got dog food coming today. Nice.
finally get it
I
working.
know what it is about free stuff in a way. Like, they send one for us and one for the listeners, and we can get them all the way as far as I'm concerned. But I'm sitting here like jonesing for that thing. Like, God, that'd be so cool.
Uh-huh.
I have no use for it. Like, I have tool bag.
Right.
All I'd be doing is moving tools around.
Right. Hang on a second. Yeah, that's fine. No, the one bag, 'cause mine's falling apart that I keep all my hand tools in.
There you go.
All my pipe wrenches and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So you
um,
have an actual need.
Yes, I do.
That's fine. I'm
And then I've
good
got
with
my
that.
regular my electrician's bag,
Right.
that my Klein bag with all my electrical hand tools in it. But I've got a bigger bag, like you said, for the speed squares and the pipe wrenches and the bigger stuff that I don't use on maybe on necessarily an electrical call. Hang on.
Yeah.
Hey, nice to meet you finally. If you put your headphones on, you'll hear him. Say hi, Rich.
Hi, Rich.
Did you hear him? Yeah. Okay.
Is that Kumar?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
It's the second guy this week I've met named Kumar.
Really?
Yeah, my building inspector in Wellington is Kumar.
All right. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't know.
He said that he had a building inspector named Kumar.
All right.
This week.
Twice in one
This week.
Yeah.
Second Kumar I've met this week.
All right. We'll see if we can find another one for you. Make it a trifecta.
There you go.
Is that a popular name then, or?
It's a very common surname.
Oh, is
for
that
the
what it
most part? Yeah. So I don't actually know. I know a few other folks who actually go by it as their first name, but it's much more common to have it as a surname. Or a
Oh,
middle
okay.
name. Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool. That just testing 1 2 talk.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
I
Well, I
just
can
want-
hear a little better now.
Yeah.
I definitely had it down a little bit.
Okay.
Certainly. Excellent. Well, thanks again for
No, this
inviting
is
me
cool.
in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited. I was listening on the way, partially on the way in, and then in the lobby. And
I'm sorry.
there are some good tips.
Yeah.
I like the rigid foam on the ceiling instead of drywall in the garage.
Uh-huh.
That's solid one right there.
Yep. That's rich for you.
Yeah.
What?
So we are still live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, and we're still live on Periscope. Right
Okay.
now.
Wonderful.
So we just run those live for 3 hours. So
Okay.
That way people get to see the behind the scenes thing and all that
Great.
stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
I spent minimal time in studios, but I did have a radio show in college, and
really?
and interned at the public radio station in my hometown for I don't know, maybe like 6 months, mostly doing like behind the scenes production work.
Doing fresh meat stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
School.
Yep.
Where did you go to school?
What's that?
Where did you go to college?
I went to school at Earlham College in Richmond, Indiana.
Cool.
So yeah, small Quaker liberal arts college.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So it's good little place. But yeah, they had a small little studio in the basement of the student center.
Really?
And they had one of the cool things, they had a huge record library. And so we would, we had a trivia and music show, and so we just come in an hour early and rummage through the records and bring them out and play them in between our
With
trivia
like a
questions.
turntable and
Oh
everything.
yeah, and
Really?
there were multiple, so we could set them up and have them time to go on. And it was a lot of fun.
So where was the reel to reel? Was that behind you or?
It was. Yeah, right.
What an ass.
You got turntables, reel to reel, 8-track.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they pretty much had the. Hi.
I saw you in the hall. I'm
Good to meet you, Robbie. Kumar. Pleasure. Yeah, it was fun though.
Alex is bored out of his skull. He's never coming back.
What's he doing here?
He was supposed to be helping Fresh Meat, but he's not letting him help. Okay.
Fresh meat. Give him something to do. You can't. You're a control freak. You're like this. I am. I'm giving him all kinds of things to do.
Yeah.
Look.
If you're still sitting in the seat, you're not delegating.
He's spinning in circles.
It's the first day.
First day. He's spinning. He's not going to come back.
I hope he does come back.
Why?
I have a rhythm that I go about. So,
All right.
So
60
seconds.
You'll give him the third hour to sit in the control seat then. How's that?
Well, the second hour he's going to come on air.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, we're going to talk about young people in construction.
Oh, we are? Okay.
I was just springing that on you.
We are a
There you go.
501c3 organization promoting respect for
So
animals
maybe
through
after the
education,
interview.
rescue, shelter,
Okay.
and adoption.
Like us on Facebook, visit our
Yes.
website at reddoorshelter.org.
Away from me.
What'd you say?
Who knows? You might just adopt
Is that okay to-
a member
Oh,
of your
sure.
family.
Hey, Citizen Kelly fans! Join your favorite radio host, Citizen Kelly, at the very first Citizens Convention in Springfield, Illinois, and be part of history. Someday you'll tell your grandchildren that you met Citizen Kelly. Heck, if you already have grandchildren, then bring them with you so they can tell their grandchildren that they met Citizen Kelly. Get all the details now at citizenkelly.com. That's citizenkelly.com.
Here I come to save the day.
Welcome to Mighty House. This is a radio show for people with problems. Home improvement problems, that is. Send an email now to robbie@mightyhouse.net or call into the show at 877-711-5611. From foundation leaks to roof repairs, the Mighty House team is on the job. You're listening to Mighty House.
All right, I'm Ron Calgar. The Mighty House team is back with hour 2 of the show. You can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now. Brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and what? Hey, turn around, Robbie. Smart 265, and Maggie Rad. That's MAG-ERAD. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so that you will be notified when we hit the air. We're broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday at mightyhouse.net, tunein.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. Podcasts of previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on homeimprovementusa.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. Video clips of the show are available at mightyhouse.net and on our Mighty House YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. And our Twitter handle is @MightyHouse. And you can give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611. And you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe. And you can learn more at MrFloor.com. And with that, we'll bring in Kumar Jensen. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct.
And, okay, so check out this title, Rich. You ready?
Yes.
Chief Sustainability and Resilience Officer for the City of Evanston. Is that correct?
Resilience.
That is correct.
Evanston is resilient now, or wasn't it before, and now you're trying to make it resilient?
I think it may be all of the above, right?
Does your compensation reflect the length of your title?
If only. If only.
Because that's a hell of a title. Who came up with that?
It's a long one. Really, it came out of, I think, the development of the city's climate action and resilience plan.
Okay.
And so when that plan was passed by City Council in December of 2018, so a little over a year ago, there was this recognition that doing things that reduce energy consumption and increase sustainability, but also result in decreasing our risks related to climate change needed to be married and be under one plan and have one sort of direction.
Got it. So, and you got stuck with that.
I did.
Or you
yeah.
accepted the challenge.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
So what do you do on a day-to-day basis then? What's kind of like your role there?
Right. So I work in the city manager's office, so I'm an appointed bureaucrat by the city manager.
Okay.
He called himself a bureaucrat.
His
He
mic
did.
needs to-
Yeah, wow.
Ron, his mic needs to go way up.
His mic needs to go way up?
Yes, I'm getting texts from people in Chicago telling me that the signal is extremely low, and I can barely hear him. just
Okay.
here.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna turn him off here. You got him there, fresh meat? Okay, I'm turning him now. Try it again.
All right. How's it now?
Oh, that's way better.
A lot better?
There you go.
Excellent.
Yes.
All right. So.
Oh, wow. Thank you, everybody who I see that now. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Right, I'm appointed by the city manager, and so we are an office of 2 at the moment. And primarily what I do day to day is a variety of things. My work spans program implementation. I do a lot of education and outreach, so helping residents, community organizations, and businesses understand what programs we have available to them, but also thinking about particularly the risks of climate change and trying to help people understand that we're likely to see an increase in flooding type events and extreme heat. And we're not exactly sure, as things warm generally throughout the globe, we'll also see a shift in our climate zones, right? And so what does that mean for our plants, for our buildings, for recreation? It has a lot of far-reaching impacts. And so my job spans both the communications, the implementation, and the policy of all of that. So
wow.
It's a lot of stuff, but I have a good team to work with.
Yeah, that's amazing. So one of the things that caught my eye that you guys were doing too was you're starting a, what's this called? It's a grant program for zero waste and environmental justice projects. What's that all about?
Is that the exact term, grant program for zero waste?
Yeah, I think he wrote his title, but then he came up with this too. City grant program seeks zero waste and environmental justice projects.
Right, that must be the press release
Yes.
tagline, exactly. So once the Climate Action Plan, what we call it CARP, Climate Action and Resilience Plan. So once CARP was approved.
But you're trying to get rid of CARP.
We are trying to prevent some CARP from
Asian
getting
carp.
into, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. So once that plan was passed, that part of the reason why that plan has been so effective and there was so much energy around it is because there's a lot of community organizations already doing a lot of work in the sustainability and climate space in Evanston. And so that may be District 65 parents, those green teams, local nonprofits, or communities of faith. And so what we wanted to do sort of right out of the gate was provide a little bit of support to existing organizations and efforts. And so we said, you know what, let's do a pretty quick summer grant cycle to focus on areas that we've already gotten a lot of feedback on that community members care about. And those two that came up for us were zero waste, and so thinking about ways to reduce material use, and then also what's being sent to the landfill, so increasing, using reusables, but also composting and recycling. And then also thinking about environmental justice. We've had some very long-standing history of community organizing in Evanston around particularly air quality. And so we wanted to then also provide an opportunity and a small short-term funding source to help maybe with some smaller projects that people have been wanting to do, but maybe haven't had a funding source.
Really? So, and that could be anything then within.
Right, pretty much our parameters for evaluating the projects, and we've funded all of them. Actually, we were able to fund. I think it was 8 or 9 projects, all under $1,000. So it was about $8,000 or $9,000 in total for all the projects. And so what we asked was we wanted them to explicitly connect their project to the Climate Action and Resilience Plan and say, looking at this plan, what parts of this do you feel able and equipped to carry out and support? Because we recognize it's a 43-page document. There's 140 some actions in there, 40 policies. It is a behemoth, right? It is covering a lot of different things, and we recognize as a city we're not going to be able to do all these things ourselves, right? So whatever we can do when there's opportunities for us to help build capacity and support existing efforts, we should actually step in and do what we can.
Excellent. So just give us one example of one of the programs that you guys have supported.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the programs is actually kicking off today, and so it is a program run by Quest for Earth. Well, it's called Quest for Earth, but it's run by Tiz Media Foundation, which is a nonprofit that focuses on STEM and digital literacy.
Okay.
And particularly the Quest for Earth program is focused on using STEM to help communicate primarily to Black and brown youth in Evanston about climate justice. And so what they focus on primarily, or what they've been doing at least the last 2 years, is doing PSAs. So they'll have experts come in and talk about energy efficiency or trees or transportation or stormwater, all these different topics that relate to sustainability and climate change. And then the students will ask questions, they'll interview those experts, and then they'll come up with actually recorded, directed and video PSAs. And we're hoping that as the city, we can actually then take some of those and put them on our public access channel, and I can share them through some of our media. So we're helping. We're not the only funder supporting that, but it is one project we're supporting.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that all that's going on, and I mean, it just I caught I caught some of the information on this program through another email, I think, that I got from what's that environmental agency that through Evanston?
Was it the Evanston Environmental Association?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's how I found out about it, and it's amazing that you guys are doing all this stuff and people just don't even know about it.
Do all, excuse me, do all towns have a person like you?
Unfortunately or fortunately, I'm not sure which, but no.
Never heard of it before.
And they also go by a lot of different titles. So I'm also part of a national organization called the Urban Sustainability Directors Network, which was actually founded in Chicago about 10 years ago. And now it's a network of sort of formally 215 cities in North America that have sort of the parameters are that they have to have a dedicated staff person working on sustainability. They may not have my title. They may be the sustainability officer or an environmental project coordinator or a sustainability director, or sometimes they're like the economic development director who also has been tasked by the mayor or the administrator to also do sustainability. So one of the cool things, if you look around the country and even the state about how these positions are configured, is they're all over the place. And it really, I think, speaks to the broad nature and the way that individual communities, based on their own context, can frame it how they want and what makes sense to their own values.
Excellent. All right, we're talking with Kumar Jensen. He's the Chief Sustainability and Resiliency Officer for the City of Evanston. And like I said, I ran across your information there. I'd like to, we got to take a break here in a second, but I'd kind of like to see what you guys are doing for housing and see what kind of programs you guys have coming out there and how that applies to housing and affordable housing and stuff like that too, because I think that's another big area that needs to be addressed. So
absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back with Kumar next. You are listening to
Mighty House.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
I was waving to the new people who have joined us, and we're AM FM sound is low too. AM FM. I can't
after
tell.
you turned it up a little the first time. After you fixed Kumar's mic, then we got another comment from George saying it's still
kind of soft.
How is he listening?
Don't know. I would assume either on AM or FM.
Okay, so it's the terrestrial
George, can you
listener,
let
or-
us know, please, how you're listening and how the sound level is?
I boosted
Using
the
my
send to the
ears.
tower feed, so that
Rich?
should be good.
You're punched it up a little?
Yep.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
and the peak modulation's standard. So,
I'm irrelevant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who says that?
You know who says that.
Yeah, so I think we're good, but, I like to know where he's listening, so thank you.
Yeah. Good. So obviously you're caught up on the Facebook now then, right?
Caught up.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm doing my
Playing
best.
Tesla raffle coming back. We got 60 seconds plus a 60-second Tesla commercial.
Okay.
It's about 2 minutes.
Yes. Actually, 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
No.
We got a math
Can't
whiz.
fool
We got
us.
a math whiz over here.
Oh, no. That's it. She's right. He's a control freak.
There's a better, safer way to save for retirement, and you can learn all about it in a free report. This is the report Wall Street and big banks desperately hope you never see. Why? Because this method continues to grow your money even when the market tumbles. It lets you take back control of your money and finances, and it gives you penalty-free access to your savings. Plus, it beats the pants off any 401k or IRA.
beats the
These
pants
are
off of
uncertain
them.
It
times,
does.
So get the information you need today to guarantee your retirement security.
don't
To
need
get
that,
this
don't need
free
that.
report, go to bankonyourself.com right now. That's bankonyourself.com.
Are you looking for a new ride? Ready to leave gas stations in the dust and speed away down the highway? 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds? Well, here's your chance. The Illinois Solar Energy Association is raffling off a 2019 Tesla Model X, the award-winning all-electric SUV. But you need to get your tickets soon because only 2,500 will be sold. So how do you win? Go to store.illinoissolar.org. That's store.illinoissolar.org. Buy one raffle ticket for $100 or the 4-pack for $300. All raffle proceeds will fully benefit the Illinois Solar Energy Association, a nonprofit working to advance solar energy development throughout the state of Illinois. The winner will be drawn at the ISEA member meeting on December 5th, 2019. Anyone in the continental U.S. is eligible to win, and you don't even need to be present at the drawing to claim your prize. So get your tickets, the rules, and all the other small print details at illinoissolar.org today.
Why must life be so hard? Why must I fail in every attempt at masonry?
It's Mighty House.
Every
Call
single
Mighty House
attempt.
now at
I should just give up.
877-711-5611 and get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
All right, you can follow us on Facebook by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show, and our Twitter handle is @Mighty House. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com. If somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, how could they do that?
Go to mightyhouse.net, click on the Contact Us page, just put in your first and last name, email address, and scroll on down and click on Boom Done.
Boom, done, just like that. It'll
Just
all
like
be
that.
just be squared away, and then you'll be notified of guests and information.
Giveaways.
Giveaways, which we're going to be talking about that later. I think we came up with a new plan here. So
Yes, we have a plan.
yes, we
Yikes.
do. All right, and in the studio with us is Kumar Jensen, and he is the Chief Sustainability and Resilience Officer for the City of Evanston. I still love the title.
Yeah, I'm
Excellent
still
title.
Getting a lot of mileage
Chief
out of it.
Sustainability and Resilience.
Yes. So, this being a home improvement show, I can only assume that sustainability, that some of the stuff you're working on could apply to homes and where people are living. And do you have any programs and stuff that you're doing for homeowners?
Right, that's an excellent question. So one of the things that I always like to do in contextualizing what we do around buildings is take one quick step back and just say, when we're thinking about particularly greenhouse gas emissions in Evanston, we do something that's called a greenhouse gas emissions inventory, where we look at all the different sources of energy in Evanston and how they're contributing greenhouse gases. And so one of the things we know about Evanston is that 80% of our emissions in Evanston come from buildings, come from electricity and natural gas from buildings.
Really?
Which is astronomical. It's really...
It's not the cars and the trucks running the streets.
I mean, that's still a significant portion, but in comparison and the length of time that it takes, as you all know, to make changes in buildings, we really need to be focusing in and creating some policies and programs that really focus on existing buildings and their energy consumption. So at the moment, a lot of our programs that do focus on energy efficiency and rehabilitating homes and doing things that make homes healthier and safer are really run out of our health department and our community development and our housing departments. And so one of my goals is to, using the information we have in our climate action plan and probably conducting some additional studies and analysis to figure out how we actually work to accelerate some of the programs, particularly the utility rebate programs that are available from our two energy utilities in the region, because we know that to meet Evanston's goals, emissions reduction goals, and 100% renewable energy commitment, we need to quickly start reducing energy consumption in buildings.
Sure.
And as you all, were talking about earlier this morning, but I know I've talked about before, there's a lot of different strategies, and it depends on your building type, your size, housing. We have a lot of housing in Evanston. We have a lot of multifamily housing in Evanston. And there is a significant need around affordable housing and maintaining that we do not make improvements to buildings that then displace people.
Sure.
Right? And so we have a specific program that is actually an evaluation program right now that is focused on, it's a grant program through the Partners for Places organization with support from the Evanston Community Foundation and the Chicago Community Trust to essentially look at what it would take to take affordable housing existing affordable housing in Evanston and transition it to being highly energy efficient, and also this term we're using called being climate resilient, so climate resilient building standard. So essentially thinking about risk to flooding, passive survivability. So how long can someone stay in their home or their building if the power goes out and temperature outside is either really high or really low. So I would say at the moment, for our programs, we're really in an evaluation space, and then also trying to connect with existing programs through the utilities.
I don't know. I mean, and I'm sure Rich has done a lot of the stuff where we do blower door testing. I mean, that's something I think, if you were just even these older homes, you could go through, do some blower door testing and reduce the energy usage significantly just by doing blower door testing. It's fairly inexpensive. You could give each homeowner a game plan then of what they need to do to go ahead and wrap up their home and tighten things up. And I guess part of the problem is everybody thinks, well, I just tear down all these old homes, but that's already done. The building is already there. I don't think, okay, so it's built. It may not be energy efficient, but it's the greenest home you can have because it's already done. You're not cutting down trees. You're not making more cabinets. You're not doing all of that stuff to build a new home. So.
Right, absolutely. And so blower door tests are a great start. One of the things that we found is that we have had community organizations, particularly Elevate Energy and Citizens Greener Evanston, which is a local environmental nonprofit, have done some of that work to help connect residents with that technical assistance, whether it's through the utilities or separately. And one of the things that we like to figure out at the city and obviously with community partners is how we then get people from that initial assessment or an energy audit to actually then being able to make some of the improvements. And there, some of that I think we may need some help from the state to figure out helping people through financing because that's can be the real challenge, right? I mean, we do know that the people that have the highest energy burden are also the lowest income.
Right.
And so their ability to, change out a window or, blow in some insulation into their walls or, seal up some of these, cracks in the doors and things like that, that can be it's a very high barrier for some people.
Right. Yep.
But that's one of the things that we complain about too. I said I think one of the problems you see is that obviously being a capitalist society, the companies that are out there advertising, the window companies will tell you changing your windows is going to save you a ton of money, which is not the truth unless you've got bad windows. I mean, if you've got gaps and air leakage that bad, yes. But for the most part, changing your windows isn't going to do a damn thing to your house. It's going up through the ceilings and things like that. So then you've got the box stores that are giving you free blower machines if you buy the product from them, but they're not air sealing. So we talk about this over and over and over. It's trying to educate the public that there are certain steps you must do. And the blower door test is really one of the most critical. And when I got trained to do it, I've never done one. I mean, other than my test, because nobody wants to pay for it. Right. You can't drive a half hour to a job, set up, do this test, and get $100. You can't make money doing it.
Right.
So something's got to change somewhere because it's just.
Right, and I think maybe that's the bridge that you guys are trying to create. And I know
it sounds like it, and that's good.
Yeah, and I know that is it NICOR that does it, or maybe ComEd actually has a program?
I think it was NICOR that was doing. I don't know if they still do, but it was a year ago or so.
Yeah, they were coming in. They did the blower door test, and then they actually had a program to actually put the insulation in and do the air sealing for you. As it was all part of that program they were running. So, I mean, I don't know if that applies to what you guys are doing now, or even if they're still doing it, but. That's still a good source, I think, for it. The other side of that is, like you were talking earlier too, is affordable housing. We did a house. We were doing a flip on a house. The gas bill was $500 a month. But this is a little Chicago bungalow. I think they went into foreclosure because they couldn't afford the gas bill.
Absolutely.
When we got
which is insane when you figure, how you could have air sealed that and insulated and probably got that bill to $100 a month.
When we sold it, it was in January, and the bill was $75.
Wow.
So, okay, so yes, we did do that stuff. We did a lot of green stuff to it, but the point is, that's still an old building. It's still over 100 years old. The gas bills went from $500 to $75, and now somebody can afford to live there.
Absolutely.
And so I think there's more of that needs to be done. And how do you just got to get that information out to people. And that's how you make affordable housing. It may not be the cost of the building, but how much it costs to live there.
Right. Yeah. Thinking about affordability holistically, right? It's not just rent.
Yes.
That's not the only thing that may lead to displacement or someone not being able to stay or move into a home. And so we certainly also like to think on that same vein, as you're flipping a house or you're doing these renovations, also thinking about indoor air quality, right, and indoor environmental health, because those can also be triggers that lead to increased costs and have impacts if people have children on schools. And so we're also trying to look at some of the data that's out there that's showing these correlations. And there are some other communities that we're learning from as well, particularly as we go back and think about this Partners for Places project that we're doing, so that we're not what we want to try to prevent is sort of taking a one-sided intervention approach and saying, we're just going to look at energy in a home, and recognizing there are a lot of other reverberating benefits from that. And so it's not a terrible idea, but if we're going to be in buildings thinking about this type of stuff, we can also think about other potential triggers and displacement pressures.
Yeah, excellent. So you just can't use the bigger hammer theory.
No.
Nope.
Because the bigger hammer on this house might work fine, but on the next one it just doesn't. So
right.
So you really
but that's why like we said, so the air sealing insulation, but then properly sizing your equipment,
right.
Window orientation on your windows. Whether the U value and the solar heat gain coefficient. There's so many small things we do to create a better place and reduce that energy is amazing. It's easy.
Right. And that's a lot. I think that's the other side of this for us, right? So the one side is sort of evaluating and trying to understand what the current situation is and what barriers exist. Those barriers may be financial, they may be education, but they also may be policy, right? There are building codes exist and allow and require certain things that may be somewhat contradictory in some cases. And so the other side of this is looking at our building code updates and saying, okay, is this structure in line with these goals and with other goals, like particularly related to affordable housing and indoor air quality. And so you're trying to kind of look at both sides of it at the same time. We don't have the luxury of time to just kind of wait and see which one's going to work.
All right, Kumar, your information?
So you can reach me at I'm giving my phone number and my email.
Go ahead.
847-448-8199 or sustainability@cityofevanston.org.
Excellent. I appreciate your time. And
thank you, Kumar.
Thank you so much for having me.
Here. Thanks.
Wonderful.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
This is John Daniel,
Paul.
the sheet metal
All right.
workers of Smart Local.
Excellent.
260.
Appreciate
it. Yeah,
You may
great.
know the
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Kumar.
For having me.
Rich said thanks. He took the headphones off already.
That's all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you have any
Install
other
and maintain the equipment that keeps
Oh,
it
sure.
just let me know.
Okay,
Did you
yeah.
know that sheet metal workers
And you
of
might get a
Smart
call
Local
from
265 also
Mike
construct the
Novak,
systems
too.
that keep you
Yeah.
safe at
So
work
he does
and in
he
your
does a show here on
communities.
Sundays at
We
the
build
same
the
kind of
clean
thing.
rooms where pharmaceuticals are developed.
Great.
and
All right, cool.
Gardening. He does gardening.
Surgical suites and
I went to
isolation
Thursday.
rooms to maintain the environment in its most critical settings. Smart
You
Metals
falling asleep?
install and test smoke and fire management
it's been
systems in
in,
practically every building you or your loved one sets foot in, giving you a path
Fresh
to
meat's
safety
too much of
in
a
situation
control freak.
where
He's
every
not letting you
second
do
counts.
anything.
No.
The next time
No,
a sheet
he
metal
is.
worker of Smart Local 265 is in your home to keep you comfortable.
Oh, I know he is.
No, they're also the ones that keep you safe.
I know.
And that's smart.
We have a caller on the line.
Yes.
His name is David. He's from San Francisco, California.
Oh, okay.
And he wants to talk about architectural standards.
Okay, cool.
They're up for 7 days.
And Doug.
Limu, I love
So,
how we're always
but I
looking
got
out for
50.
each other. Kind of like how Liberty Mutual looks out for you by customizing your home insurance. So you only
they're
pay for
gone.
what you need.
Okay, first of all, they're not gone. It's bidding.
I was literally just telling you. Limu,
Yes, I did.
no idea you could swim.
I didn't do anything.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Hi, my name's Christina Stumble, and I own Farm Girl Flowers in San Francisco. With my Smart
messed
Cash
up your
card
whole
from
front
Capital
suspension?
One, I earn unlimited
could I
2%
read?
cash
Right?
back
The
on
whole
all my
suspension is
business
shot.
purchases.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, I redeemed
can I reach the
$115,000 in cash back. Yeah, $115,000. And that doubled our digital marketing budget for the summer. Thanks to my Spark Card, we had our best summer yet. Imagine what the Spark Card from Capital One could do for your business. What's in your wallet?
Real Capital One customers pay for real stories.
Oh, you want us to start?
It's 9 o'clock hour, Al.
Gotta build
See,
fast.
fresh meat.
We'll have you here 9 o'clock.
All right, let's see. English side ruined. Must use French instructions.
Le Grill.
Le Grill? What the hell is that?
It's
They
Mighty
said
House.
H-E-L-L.
Call Mighty House now at
That's okay.
877-711-5611.
Hell is fine.
Yes.
What
Get
the
advice
hell,
from the
Andrew?
experts
That's okay.
themselves.
This is Mighty House.
What the hell, Ron Cowgill?
You know what?
I can say hell.
Join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now, brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and Maggie Rad. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show, and our Twitter handle is @MightyHouse. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611. And you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe. And you can learn more at MrFloor.com. All right.
.com.
So, looks like Rich got called away for emergency phone call there. So,
Oh, my gosh.
let's go
Okay.
to the phones. You got that, Andrew?
Yeah.
You want me to pull it up? Who is it?
It is David. He's calling from San Francisco. He's got a question about architectural standards.
Okay, excellent. Hey, David, you're on Mighty House.
Yeah, morning. Calling you from San Francisco.
David, how are you finding us? Where are you watching us? Or listening
I'm
to?
listening, actually. I think WCPT.
Yeah, through their app. Yeah.
Very nice.
Sure,
Thank you very much. I am wearing my WCPT T-shirt today. Tk you.
Uh-huh. With,
Okay.
with Smart 265 on the back.
Yeah, where I was going to go though was, if you look at, did you ever see Georgia O'Keeffe? The famous artist. She lived in a kind of nice house that was built into the hillside, so that it would keep it cooler, right?
Yep.
She lived in Arizona, if I remember right, or New Mexico, and it was all blazing hot desert down there. So building the house into the hillside took the heat of the earth, which was generally about 50, 55, something in there.
Yep.
And a lot of windows. You had nice natural light. Plus, you could be. It was cool and calm as opposed to 105 all the time.
Correct.
And so if you were to look at architectural standards, like if global warming's really happening, we're going to need to have some kind of nice bunker houses, or say they've been having these floods this year. Spring and summer, there were floods all over America. And if you had like a county park that built in a nice, almost like an auditorium like that, with nice windows, you could barbecue up there in the normal part of the use of the park. But in a disaster, man, you could use it real well.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if you've got ideas about that and how. Homeland Security. I don't want them snooping and snitching on me.
Right.
I'd like them to pay. I'd like Homeland Security to pay for a thing like that. A nice one, not some funky, useless bunker.
Right.
But a nice auditorium, public square kind of place, which would be great in a disaster.
Yeah, so it doubles. It looks like it's a normal facility, but it also is a shelter then in case of emergencies. And I would venture to guess that anything that Rich is building in Florida right now is a shelter and or a bunker, is it not, sir?
Yes, you could definitely ride out the zombie apocalypse in one of our houses because it's all impact glass, so they can't break in. It's all block walls they're not going to chew through. So, yeah.
This sounds like a
insane.
challenge.
Yeah. So
and then with architectural standards in a bigger picture, though, say if as I understand it, with global warming, the average roof temperature is not going to be 125 anymore. It might be 145.
Uh-huh.
So the shingles are going to fall apart years quicker.
Yep.
And so all sorts of architectural standards are going to have to be changed. And in fact, if they're too oily, there must be a flammable point, which some shingles probably turn into, flammable gases.
Sure.
And so architectural standards are going to have to be changed for even selling cheap shingles.
Right.
So I'm just wondering, is anybody
So you end up
really
with that double problem, though, then, because, as we increase energy conservation codes and energy efficiency and building standards and elevating, the other side of that whole conversation is affordable housing. And we already have a crisis. There is no affordable housing, and it's only going to get worse because too many people are trying to do the right thing. In other words, it's how do you find that balance? You want it to be energy efficient, you want it to be safe, but it's going to be too costly for the average person to buy or even rent, because the cost, you got to cover your cost even if you're going to rent it.
Yep. And I think
saying knowledge is power, laws of physics and whatnot. And so if the heating is going to get up so high that the flammability point of shingle is, then it's the quicker the city moves on it, the more money and lives it'll save,
Yeah.
Because they're going to be 140-degree days, and if they're flammable. So I'm just saying, that with global warming, these guys are going out of their way to ignore it, the politicians. Koch brothers are paying people to keep quiet, right? And it's putting us in danger by, concrete roads are buckling quicker with instead of 120-degree pavement, it's going to be 130 and 40. They're talking 160 in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
160.
Wow. So
this is and the more they ignore it, the more danger we're put in.
Yeah. So some of the things I think they're doing, there's more metal roofs, so that solves that heating issue there. More reflectability.
Just as a side note, the flash point of an asphalt shingle is 260 degrees Celsius, 500 degrees Fahrenheit. So we got some time there.
We got a ways to go there. Okay.
So, and I'm not a big fan of global warming. I'm not what I mean by that is I don't like that phrase. It's almost like greenwashing. Climate change is good. I think it's much better. And the simple reason, or the distinction to me, is that, yes, we have climate change, and now it's how much are we impacting it? Because I'm pretty sure from what I was taught 10,000 years ago, all of North America was covered under ice. So as far as I know, we've been warming for 10,000 years. We may be accelerating that, but this just might be a natural Earth process. We haven't been here long enough, nor do we have the records to prove it. So they take ice samples in Antarctica, and they, and they analyze gases and so on, and that's where they're coming up with this. I'm not saying we're not impacting our planet, but I don't think it's all us. I think it's
climate
us moving through the universe at 70,000 miles per second, following the sun, and we just might be in a warm spot. You know what I mean? It's like, who the hell really knows?
And it's
crazy.
Yeah, and what they're calling it is climate variability, which is
there you go.
Is what they're starting to call it today. So,
and then George chimed in too. He brought up a great point. So even the state of Illinois passes, or most states will pass their own energy conservation code.
Right.
But yet the homeroom municipalities don't adopt it or don't enforce it.
Sure.
So now it's like a disservice to the public. So it's just, somebody worked their butt off to get this code passed. But if nobody's going to enforce it, then it still goes by the wayside.
Right. Just like we should be blower door testing each home before, and before it's being sold, so that you know what the rating is, an energy efficiency rating of that home is.
Well, they tried that, right? Wasn't it going to be not Energy Store? Whatever they're going to call that program, which it's never gotten legs.
No, it's on the MLS sheet. And it's listing on there, but nobody does it, and nobody fills it out. Nobody knows what it is because it's just not being done. So
what do they call it? It's not Energy Star. What is it?
No, I can't remember what it's called.
Home Energy Score, or
something like that.
Like that.
Yeah. So it's on the MLS sheet, but it's never filled out. So, all right. I appreciate the phone call there, Dave.
Thanks, David.
All right. Bye. Bye. And Dave brings up a great point there. We are changing. And we were talking about that with Kumar. We are changing the way we're building homes to make them more energy efficient, to address the climate variability that we're getting into today.
Right.
And we have to somehow we have to figure out how to keep that affordable, and that's Kumar's job.
Well, that's where I'm saying it's almost impossible. I mean, with what we have to do to build a home
in Florida. To withstand hurricanes and everything that's going on down there.
Building it up. I mean, the house that I'm going to start, I got to put piles in to keep the house from moving. I got to then elevate it to keep it from flooding. And just those two steps right there, $20,000. Or I'm sorry, $40,000.
Right. And you don't even have anything you can
Most
get
people
inside.
I know up in the Chicago area, if they're looking to buy a house, they're looking to spend 120 to 150.
Yep.
So just to elevate my house is 40,000. My building permit's 40,000. The dirt's 100,000. So we haven't even got past the dirt. You know what I mean? We haven't started building the house yet. So
you just
that's
have a
my point. It's
foundation.
not affordable anymore.
Right. So then how do we bridge that gap? How do we?
Everybody has to live in the mountains in Kentucky.
Or Tennessee.
Which I would do in a heartbeat because it's
Beautiful
absolutely
there.
gorgeous there.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, because there you have less chance of anything. But once it becomes populated, they cut down trees, it dries out, you have forest fire, everybody loses again.
Yep.
So
And
that's like
flooding.
in California. That's it, George. HERS rating.
HERS. There you go. Thanks, George.
Yeah. Thanks, George. I know. It's like
We
it was
love
on.
you,
I
George.
could see it, but I couldn't think of it.
Yep. So the
Hey, wait a second. What time is it? It's 9:45. Well,
quarter to
Eastern.
9.
Yeah, no, Jeff's out cutting the grass early today.
He's
He doesn't
early?
do that till 10:30.
We don't hear it.
Oh no, I
you
do.
will.
Do you?
Yeah. You can hear him out there.
Why can't I hear it?
I don't know. I like hearing it in the middle of winter because then I smell the smell of
Yeah, it brings
freshly
that,
cut grass.
Stimulates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we have to figure out, and here's the bridge. I think is now we have to take existing structures, and now how do we take those existing structures and then make them more energy efficient and affordable at the same time? And now that is, I think that there's the key. We can't start new and build brand new because the cost of that structure is just going to be way too much.
But even the municipalities aren't helping. If I bought a plot of land, say I got 10 acres and I wanted to build 40 houses, so it's quarter acre each.
Yep.
And it was all going to be affordable housing. The way they set up the ratios, affordable housing means that it's going to sell for 80% of the market value or something like that.
Okay.
So if my market is 500,000, as long as they're 400,000, they're now affordable houses.
What?
Yeah, that's how everything works in ratios. It's not dictated. The
So
other side of
that's
that is the
per
city
town.
or municipalities do not give you a break on building permit fees, and all that. So you're still paying.
Right. Huh. Well, now we need
So that's why I
now
say,
we need to
you
get
know,
Kumar back in and say, hey.
Well, that's just it. I mean, so yeah, but you're talking about energy efficiency and sustainability.
Yeah.
And resiliency. But then affordable housing is a whole nother thing that you can't. It's hard to get the two together.
Yeah.
Because in order to do this, your upfront costs are higher, but the longevity is there.
Yep. You got it. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with Clutter Clarity next.
Woohoo!
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Pull. Yeah,
Pull?
You like that? Okay.
We're doing a lot of things.
Yeah, look at it. He's sleeping.
Yeah, what's going on?
He's texting.
What's your mom going to drop off?
Well, she better come in.
Oh, this is? Your mom's going to drop off food for us?
Yeah, what kind of food is she bringing? You know what? A nice egg and beef burrito would be just awesome right
my
now, wouldn't it? Come
gosh.
on, sister.
There was, at our old radio station across the street, we had breakfast burritos when we were at CPT. Breakfast burritos. We would
Awesome.
go and
I can't-
order them.
I can't remember the restaurant.
Well, we could do Uber Eats
Oh.
if you want. I use it
It
all
was
the
like
time.
Azteca.
That just cracks me up.
Oh, what was the
I
breakfast?
remember your story saying how lazy.
Oh my gosh.
McDonald's on Uber Eats.
That wasn't good. We'd have fill up on these really heavy breakfast. We had Klein tools in and brought them breakfast burritos.
But the nap afterwards was excellent.
Oh, breakfast burrito.
You eat these 5-pound egg and beef burritos, and then you go take a nap. Oh.
It's amazing we kept our slim figures.
Companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
Oh, what was the name of that
For your free
place?
quote,
Still in my
call
neighborhood. I could still go
1-800-881-4747.
there.
4747.
Oh, yeah.
That's
They're there.
1-800-881-4747.
I stopped in a couple months ago and got one.
Or
Really?
go to selectquote.com.
Ooh.
That's
That's a good place.
1-800-881-4747.
Select Quote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available.
Lisa, if you don't like your job, you don't strike. You just go in every day and do it really half-assed. That's the American way.
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611 and get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
Podcasts of previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on homeimprovementusa.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. If you want to give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline, it's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com. All right, there we go. And if somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, how can they do that?
You would go over to mightyhouse.net. Click on the Contact Us page. Just enter your first and last name, your email address. Scroll on down and click on Boom, Done.
Boom, done, just like that. Okay.
Yes.
Bam!
Just like that. So the Klein Tool of the Month is the 8-in-1 insulated interchangeable screwdriver set. Comes in a nice little folding case, but the only exposed metal on the entire screwdriver is the very tip that you actually put into the screw or whatever you're driving. Robbie?
What? You keep using bad words.
No. It's your brain translating what I'm saying.
That's very funny.
So it's an insulated screwdriver. If you want to get on the list, give Trixie a call at 877-711-5611. We'll be giving away that set. That is the Klein Tool of the Month for October, and we'll be giving it away.
You know what? We have another. Are we not going to do social media on my new bag, my new backpack?
We can. We'll do that next hour.
I like my new. You know what we're going to do next hour?
Social media influencer.
Next hour, we're going to talk about the shortage of young people.
Spinning.
Cracking me up. It's just cracking me up.
This guy behind
What
me
is
or-
cracking
The guy
you up?
behind you is just spinning on his chair in
I'm
circles.
trying my best to teach everything I can, but I'm busy back here.
He's bored out of his
Oh
mind.
my gosh. Why is he here again? To learn?
Yeah.
To sleep. Okay, next hour, he's going to be in front of the cameras here talking to us about the shortage of young people in the industries and what we can do about it.
And do you want to do the Skype cam for Facebook of the
other
tool
bags?
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we'll
I'll
do
have
that.
that ready for you.
Okay, we'll do that on next hour.
Whatever it takes.
And we're going to give some away, too. So if you want, you're going to have to stay tuned next hour.
We're not giving anything away.
No, you know who... yeah, we can give them away.
Mr. Floor.
Mr. Floor?
I know your question is going to be who sponsors my segment, Mr. Floor. This is the best part of the show. Spinner. We'll call him Spinner. We have fresh meat and Spinner in the back.
Do you have a derangement disorder? You can't seem to get that jumbled hodgepodge pile of chaos in one place? Maybe it's time for a little disposal, a little cleanup, a little eradication, evacuation, liquidation, and purgification. Here's Robbie with a tip on how to put some neatness into your disorder. This is Clutter Clarity on Mighty House. I made it. I caught up.
You
Wow.
did. Me from this prison. Lord, help me get away. Spinner spinning.
Yeah, he's Spinner. There he goes again. See, now
Only you can save me now from this. This is, I can't, it needs to be louder so I don't hear myself singing.
Yeah, like that?
Louder. I've been lost in my own place, and I'm getting weary. How far is heaven? And I know that I need to change my ways of living. How far is heaven?
Lord, can you tell me? There you go.
Rich, wake up!
I'm
Wake
fine.
up. There's Spinner!
Spinner's up.
Spinner.
Spinner's up on the Facebook, your Twitter. Go ahead, Spinner. Show us. There he is.
Do the one on your knees. That was pretty funny.
There you go. Look at that.
Very nice. So I thought I'd get Rich and Ron involved in this clutter clarity segment.
Wait, but we always do, and we interrupt you all the time, and then you get upset with us.
Well, what I want to talk about is when you no, I want my
camera to go up.
Camera to follow me when I move.
Oh, see.
Because otherwise, it's just CPT.
Right.
Anyway, so I was looking at different clutter tips, and they say about your basement, whatever. And it was just making me think about when you go in and remodel a basement or you go in for U.S. waterproofing, what happens when you walk in after a basement has been either flooded or sewer backup or something? What's it look like in there? Is there a lot of stuff floating around? Not poop, but is there a lot of damage?
8:54 in the morning, and the word came out.
Yes.
So do people have cluttered basements?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What can we do? What can people do?
Call Robbie to have it cleaned out.
Yes, there's that. But I'm just saying, when you go in, are people prepared
for us to go in there and do
for backups? Are people
No.
people are thinking, wow, there's no chance this is never going to happen?
Right. Well, people have a sump pump. They think it's going to be fine. And then they have a battery backup system. So they think, okay, now I'm really going to be fine. But then the power goes out for a day and a half. Their sump pump the battery backup runs out, and now they get a flood.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, unless you're going to put a generator on the house, that's really the only way to save it.
So people...
And you need a battery backup system, and you need a main pump.
Right.
So some people have never flooded. Is that just luck of the draw? Is it a potential that everybody's going to flood at some point?
Yeah. Not everybody.
No, I don't think so. I mean,
Wow.
it's location. It's what's going on, how the drainage around the house is. I mean, there's a lot of variables to it. There are houses in Chicago that don't have sump pumps, and they're absolutely fine. They don't have the drain tile. They don't have any of that stuff, and they stay dry.
But there are. So is it when you go in there? Is it a finished basement that gets ruined? Unfinished
Of course.
basement?
If it was all crap and concrete block, it would never flood. You have to put money down there for it to go bad.
There you go, brother. That's exactly what happens.
We bought the house 20 years ago. We've never had a spot of water in there. Then we've had the basement finished, and it floods constantly now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of scary. But I know that people keep things. So let's say it's an unfinished basement. You just keep stacking it up with cardboard boxes of stuff.
Yeah,
that makes me crazy.
We put up shelving. And you put up
to get it off the floor, right?
Yep. Yeah. And if it's 2 feet off the floor, then most likely you're going to be safe.
Okay, so that's a good rule of thumb there. Everything should be 2 feet. So cinder
Until you
block.
get 3 feet of water.
Yeah,
Rich.
Well, no, I mean that's just Murphy's law, right? I mean,
I have seen basements where you open the basement door and the water's right to the top step. I've seen that.
Me too.
And I've even had
rubber
one
duckies floating around.
Yeah. So then you're going through basement windows, breaking a basement window and throwing pump hoses in there and starting to pump the basement up.
Wow.
Yeah.
But in most cases, people aren't.
It's the indoor under slab swimming pool.
Yes. There you go.
And people aren't prepared, and they have things. They don't keep things in plastic. So if they're kept in the heavy-duty, like
Rubbermaid boxes,
totes and things like that, you're going to be protecting yourself.
Sure.
If you keep it up higher, you're going to protect yourself.
Yep.
Do you ever go in and see furniture that maybe had been moved and never used, so it's wrapped in plastic wrap?
Still? Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean like my grandmother's?
That's horrible.
No.
Actually, it wasn't that. No, she just wrapped it in plastic so that, remember the old days?
Yeah, so
you just put the vinyl slip covers.
Right, like a slip cover thing.
Yeah. No.
Like
and
moving plastic,
and
like the
stuck
saran
to
wrap.
in the summer.
Yeah. No.
Not that
I
stuff.
mean, yes, that's what you stick to in the summer. But I'm saying, so in some basements I go into, there's furniture that had been moved, and it's like the saran wrap all around it. So what happens when that gets wet?
Toss it.
Yes, because there's no way you can dry that up because all the mold and mildew has gotten inside there.
Right. Well, you can probably take it in and have it cleaned, and you might be able to save it, but if it's been floating, it's done.
Okay.
Say bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll be back right after this with Hour 3 next.
Bye.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents. And Doug.
All right, there we go. I thought it was going to be raining by now. I drove the truck.
I looked at your weather and it just said sunny and 53. I didn't see no.
No, it is currently, yeah, but when I looked at the weather this morning, there was rain out in Iowa. It looked like it was coming this way. So I figured by the time I got done, it would, it would be raining here. So I didn't bring the bike.
Ransomware attacks have increased by 500% this year?
Yeah, cyber criminals are targeting all types of businesses, encrypting their data
All right.
and holding you hostage.
Let's load.
What if we're their next victim?
Don't worry.
What do we got here?
To detect, prevent, and recover from
Come on,
ransomware
come on,
and other
come on.
advanced threats.
So we're secured?
Absolutely. We'll pay no ransom and keep this business.
All right.
That's a relief.
Protect your business at
And then?
And then?
No, and then?
And then?
Evanston, Chicago, your home for radio that inspires. This is Smart.
All right. Retweet. And then put a likey on that. All right.
No. Ooh, that's nice. No. I gotta get a new lawnmower.
Oh, yeah. What? So are you going to go?
So my electric lawnmower is, the batteries are good, the mower is fine, but the self-propelled gears that are plastic and built into the rear wheels have ground down. And I cannot buy replacement wheels for it. They're discontinued and blah, blah, blah.
So is that
It's
Eco?
No, it's not the Ego. It was, at the time, the Egos did not have much in the way of self-propelled and all that.
Okay.
It's a, wow. I'll have to go look at it now. That's just weird that I can't think of what it is. Man.
Because the Ego, that looks like it's, I mean, they've got entire systems now. They've got the blowers and the
the
weed
problem,
whackers.
And that's basically probably what we're going to end up doing. Oh, it's the one we have is a Black & Decker.
Oh, okay.
And it's 6 years old. We bought it right after we bought the house. I got the 6 years out of it, but I could get some more time out of it if I could get the replacement wheels.
Yeah, the self-propelled parts.
Yeah, well, in our grass, you have to have it. Like I cut it last week because she, the missus can't push it through that stuff.
Right, she doesn't weigh enough.
No. So you have to have the self-propel. So now the Ego, they've got a couple of different ones out. They have these small lithium-ion batteries. But you use two of them.
Right.
And then they quick charge. Or you have the other one that has a 56-volt lithium-ion battery. So that battery's like 6 pounds. The other ones are like 2 pounds each.
Right.
But they want like $150 for the batteries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's insane to me that if I want to go do this, I'd still like to have a second battery. Because what we do is, how like lithium ion, they last longer, but they don't like heat and so on. So we keep them. Well, we have to keep them in the house because if you keep them in the garage gets too hot. Batteries die. Down here. Like you buy a 5-year battery down here, you're lucky to get 3 out of it.
In your car.
I mean, the heat just destroys them.
That's in your car.
Yeah.
Right.
But almost any battery.
Oh, really?
I mean, your power tools. So I have like one of my Bosch bags has nothing but my batteries in it. They're all charged, but I leave them in the Bosch bag, and all my screw guns and that are out in the garage.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so they got this one here that's 56 volts still, but it's got the 2 5-amp-hour batteries. It's $750 for this mower, and all I did is change the battery unit. So it's $500 for the 56 volt. With the one battery.
Yeah.
But that's with the 7.5-amp-hour battery.
That's not gonna be enough, is it?
7.5 amp hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Well, the standard one, the cheaper one, is the 5 amp hour.
Okay.
Or you buy the mower with no battery for $339, but then I'm not sure how it's gonna work.
Yeah, that's tough.
I know, but I had a buddy give me a tip, and I went to Quick Coupons, and it cost me $16 for 15% off coupon. So I'm going to go buy all this and save after paying for the coupon, I will save $100.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I'm going to go get that and another blade and my Klein Tool 8-in-1 screwdriver set. She doesn't know that yet.
Uh-huh. Well, you need that to work on it.
Well, why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
You can call him Spinner.
Yeah.
Spinner.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I'm posting on Facebook.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
Starting now, I'm putting this on Facebook, we will be talking about young people in construction. We'll have as our special guest the newest member of our team, Spinner.
Yes, yes.
Look up there on the left side. See the on the left side, Alex. Are you seeing yourself?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Okay, good.
We're good?
Yeah.
This fine?
Move back over this way. There you go. Now you're centered.
All right.
Share now.
Who can fight for the middle class? Citizen Kelly can. Citizen Kelly is the only one who will fight for your rights. He'll strengthen the military, build the wall, defend our borders, save our schools, rebuild our crumbling infrastructure, and keep you and your family safe. If anyone can, Citizen Kelly can. Find out more at citizenkelly.com and listen to Citizen Kelly every weeknight from 9 to 11 on WCGO, Chicago Smart Talk.
If you're 65 or older and own a traditional IRA, 401k, or other retirement plan, you'll soon have to deal with your required minimum distributions, or RMDs. Suddenly, a portion of your tax-deferred savings will be taxable again. For your free commissioned report on RMDs, call 844-345-3140, 844-345-3140, or visit @financial.com.
Here I come to save the day.
Welcome to Mighty House. This is a radio show for people with problems. Home improvement problems, that is. Send an email now to robbie@mightyhouse.net or call into the show at 877-711-5611. From foundation leaks to roof repairs, the Mighty House team is on the job. You're listening to Mighty House.
I'm Ron Cowgill. The Mighty House team is back with Hour 3. You can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now, brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265, and there you go, Robbie spinning, Smart 265, and Maggie Rad, that's MAG-ERAD. And wherever you're watching, you can click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. We are broadcasting worldwide and live 7 to 10 every Saturday from mightyhouse.net, tunein.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. Podcasts of previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on homeimprovementusa.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. Video clips of the show are available at mightyhouse.net and on our Mighty House YouTube channel. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. And our Twitter handle is @Mighty House. You can also just do it the old-fashioned way. Give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com.
Nice.
And Robbie's topic for this hour is how do you get the youngsters involved into the building trades, and part of that is a story I posted up on the Facebook and Twitter is how do we get women involved even more so?
Yes.
So, for men to get involved, that's a normal transition, but women may feel there's barriers to this, to getting into the trades. And if there are, how do we get them past that? How do we get them involved in this?
Well, we're not used to standing on the sidewalk and whistling at men, so we need to work on that.
You can't do that
We
anymore.
need some, hey, you want some fries with that shake? It doesn't really work.
Doesn't?
No.
Oh.
And I can't whistle. That's it. I have one tone.
Really?
And it doesn't really work.
Okay.
So sometimes I just have to walk by and grab butts.
Oh, I'm sure the firemen enjoy that.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay. An analysis of the most recent 2017 American Community Survey reveals that the median age of construction workers is 42.
That
That's
sounds about right.
That means half are older and half are younger.
Right.
That's probably right.
Unfilled jobs in the construction sector have reached a post-recession high in March of 2019. It's a huge problem right now in construction. Also, the median age of electricians right now is 55 years old.
Okay.
So there's a huge amount of people who are aging out of the industry. The states with the oldest construction workers, Connecticut, Maine, New Hampshire, followed by Illinois.
Really?
Yes. Well, according to the Google machine,
Right.
which, is
always perfectly accurate.
100% facts.
Yes. So we thought that, as we've talked about before, we thought we would talk about how do we fix this? How do we get more young people into the trades? And the benefit of young people coming into the trades is big bucks, potentially.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, because in 15, 20 years, all of those 45, 55-somethings are going to be retiring. Who's going to be left to do the job? Who's going to go out and fix Andrew's toilet when it breaks?
Turlet.
Andrew's going to have to learn how to do some stuff himself.
Andrew does a lot.
Facts. I do a lot, but I do need
You
to
said
do more.
doo-doo. You said doo-doo. Oh, we are so mature. Yes.
Yeah, seriously.
You seriously did. Go back and listen to
You
it.
said
You said
doo-doo.
doo-doo.
No, I'm not. I'm
You did.
serious. That's the joke?
Yeah.
Doo-doo? I didn't think that was still funny. But
Oh, it's hysterical.
To us, it's a riot.
See, because we're older.
I haven't made that joke since like second grade.
Please. Let me give the number out really quick. 877-711-5611. If you are a young person interested in getting in the trades, or you have thoughts, comments, questions about it. We have the newest member of the Mighty House team in studio with us. His name is Alex, but he has a new name.
Yeah, Spinner.
Spinner.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
So, how old are you?
I'm 24.
And how did you get in? What do you do?
But see, but his story is going to be what you're going to hear, I think, for most young people that are coming into the trades. Go ahead.
So for me, I ended up getting into the trades because my dad's in the trades. So
Okay, that makes sense.
I ended up getting a job through the same company he works for, DNR Services Unlimited, best company in the world. And my thought on it is, young guys don't want to be in the trades because they all want to have a computer job, or just nowadays kids are lazy. That's pretty much what it is.
Rich, did you hear him?
What? They're lazy?
You can't call out your whole generation like that.
My generation, it's not that we're lazy for sorts, but physically things are going down. Kids don't want to do as much. I've even noticed kids don't want to play sports as much as they used to. So getting into
want to work out their thumbs on video games.
We got to have strong thumbs.
Right.
But for me, I played sports, and then I also like physical labor because, like Ron was saying, in a few, 15, 20 years, there's not going to be guys for these things, and it's pretty much going to be name your price. And, physical labor,
I'll come out of retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just it. There's going to be guys out there in their 70s still trying to, roof a house because that's all they can do.
Well, see, and it goes to that other side. Like down here, I said we are 95% Hispanic labor.
Yeah.
Out of that, I don't know what percentage is truly legal.
Uh-huh.
But you ain't getting little white boys coming out of Lele High School to come roof a house, and they're not cutting grass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't have any choice. That's why when you get this whole, it's crazy.
How
The world's
old,
a-changing. The world's a-changing.
how young, I should say, is the youngest person at your company?
Rich or?
Rich.
Me?
I mean, are there any young
we have-
people?
I mean, like, actually, we actually are paper contractors. We sub out everything.
Okay.
But, I mean, I get still office staff, and I mean, in the 20s or right out of college or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing is everybody wants to make $1 million, like, instantly. Nobody wants to start at $15 an hour and learn a trade and then work their way up. It's, no, I want $100,000 a year.
Right now. Yeah. And
like, no, mommy spoiled you or something. You needed a spanking. It don't work like that.
And I was on a job yesterday. There were the painting crew was out there. I would say 3 of them were in their mid 40s, and there was one kid that was probably in his 20s, and then there was a woman that was in her 20s there working. So that was a good representation of what's going on. I mean, most of the crews were 40 and older, and then there was just 2. Luckily, there was a woman involved there. That I was
luckily because somebody had to make sense of the whole thing and keep everybody in line. Thank goodness, not luckily. Thank goodness.
But she was up there on the ladder doing everything else, and up on the roof, and painting and doing the stuff and scraping. So, I was glad to see that she was out there, and felt comfortable enough to be out there.
So that's what we talk about more than anything is not just having a body on a job, because, if I complain loud enough, I'll have 20 bodies there in a heartbeat.
Sure.
None of them have any skills.
Right.
How do they learn the skills?
That's the thing. Most of our foremen down here are nothing more than body watchers. They don't have the skills themselves to pass on. So it's extremely bad, so we need people like you, Ron, or myself that have done this for a long time to train these youngins.
Yep.
So,
did you have any skills, Alex, before you started with DNR?
Not many. I mean, I could do flooring, but I pretty much learned everything as I was going along. But I work with a great crew of guys, so it all worked out.
Your dad helped you, and you were in
I've learned a
high
little
school?
bit. Yeah, a little bit from him.
Yeah.
But another big thing is there's no trade schools anymore. They don't offer that in high schools, and I didn't even know about them until I got to DNR and I heard about them. So there's not any options out there to start doing this at a young age, unless, of course, you know somebody or your father's doing it, family member along those lines.
Yeah.
So I joined the Collier County is where I live. So Collier Building Industry Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
I recently got on their board, and that's exactly what we are focusing on is education. So that's what we're doing. We're working with community colleges and all that to begin their programs and start doing this training for these guys that, they're in college and they're like, this isn't for me, but I don't want to go work at McDonald's tomorrow. I want to do something.
Right. And why not learn a career? If you want to pick electrical or plumbing or framing and carpentry, trim carpentry, roofing, concrete work, masonry, you can pick one of those, or you could get into remodeling and learn them all. So it's
to be continued.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more right after this. You are listening to
Mighty House.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
So Larry just chimed in on Facebook, sent me a photo. He put a mini split in his garage. So it's got heat and cool.
Oh, that's cheating.
It says V Mechanical on the head unit, and I'm going to assume that that's his company because most people won't drop $3,000 or plus, you know what I mean, for a mini split for their garage. And Larry, by the way, you should really insulate that thing. The garage looks like it was built yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. No insulation in the walls or ceiling, but no, it looks like he's working on it. It's all good.
Yeah, cool. Bill from Chicago talking about young people in trades. Okay. We got a phone call. Okay. Trixie spent about 40 minutes on the phone with her, with him too. So.
With Bill?
Yeah, she was like on the phone forever.
Did any young person, Trixie, is she there?
No, she left. Of course.
Did any young person call up and claim the bag?
Nope.
Because there are no young people getting into the trades.
There's no young people listening to us. They're still sleeping.
Yeah, they're still sleeping.
Till noon.
See?
So maybe that's a problem with the trades.
Alex is only here because you made him.
That's right.
I had to get up early. I got up before Robbie, actually.
Okay.
I had to call her to wake her up.
Okay.
Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-402-7119. 800-402-7119. 800-402-7119. Again, that's 800-402-7119.
Are you looking for a new ride? Ready to leave gas stations in the dust and speed away down the highway, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds? Well, here's your chance. The Illinois Solar Energy Association is raffling off a 2019 Tesla Model X, the award-winning all-electric SUV. But you need to get your tickets soon because only 2,500 will be sold. So how do you win? Go to store.illinoissolar.org. That's store.illinoissolar.org. Buy one raffle ticket for $100 or the 4-pack for $300. All raffle proceeds will fully benefit the Illinois Solar Energy Association, a nonprofit working to advance solar energy development throughout the state of Illinois. The winner will be drawn at the ISEA member meeting on December 5th, 2019. Anyone in the continental U.S. is eligible to win, and you don't even need to be present at the drawing to claim your prize. So get your tickets, the rules, and all the other small print details at illinoissolar.org today.
Lisa and I built your room.
But I don't like this clown.
I wouldn't take it down if I were you. It's a load-bearing poster.
It's Mighty House. Call Mighty House now at 877-711-5611 and get advice from the experts themselves.
This is Mighty House.
We're broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday at mightyhouse.net, tunein.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. You can also give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a choice. You'll have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com. Also, if you're just listening to that last spot there, the ISEA, the Illinois Solar Energy Association, they're having that raffle for the Tesla Model X. And that raffle runs until November 29th. And the winning ticket will be drawn on December 5th. Each ticket's $100, and you can get discounted tickets, the price of 3. You can get 4 tickets for the price of 3. And there's only $2,500 or 2,500 tickets being sold.
And what's the website? It's not ISEA.
IllinoisSolar.org. So if you go to IllinoisSolar.org, you can sign up and pick up those tickets. So again, they're and the next month they're going to be done. So get your tickets now. Yes, Robbie.
We have an email.
You have an email?
I don't understand it.
Okay, and we also got a phone call. You want to do the phone call first and then the email, or
they're both on the same topic?
Okay.
Maybe I'm not sure. I'm very confused.
So-
Rob, I'm very confused.
okay? So let's go to Bill first, and then we'll do the email. How's
Okay.
that? Fair?
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, you're on Mighty House. Thanks for hanging on.
Hey, it's good talking to you. So I want to tag on. I'm a retired community college teacher. I've seen a lot of vocational education come and go. I live in Chicago.
Which
where
school were you at?
I was at Harry S. Truman Community College.
Okay. That's one of the city colleges?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
So in any case, getting young people into the trades, I want to just sort of hook onto 2 things. One was Alex's statement about how he got in. And what he points out is that in a lot of small enterprises and in the trades and some other occupations, there is a intergenerational tradition of working in these areas. And that means that the more likely your family was in the business, the more likely you'll be in it, which raises some problems. The second is that these are small businesses and they hire informally, which means you get hired because you know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are doing the hiring are hiring people whose similarity to themselves, based on culture, interests, morals, values, traditions, is fairly close. Now, I want to also look at what Rich said about his area. You can't find white kids who are going to go into this. He's probably right.
Uh-huh.
No, it
now,
sounds blunt or
okay,
bad, but
I
it's
live in
not meant that
Chicago.
way. It's more of a
Okay.
fact.
I know it's a fact. It is truly a fact. It's a fact in Chicago. But I also have grown up in Chicago. I'm old enough to be retired. And one thing that I have observed is the building trades. Part of the reason they're in this mess is they have a generations, decades-long history of racism. They moved out of the city of Chicago, closed Washburn Trade School, moved to the suburbs to keep from letting blacks into the trade. So, yes, you're not going to find white kids.
Do you think that's why they closed
apparently,
Washburn? The guy
they
that
don't
taught me
want
what I
black
know
kids.
went to Washburn, and by the time he taught me, that was gone already. So I don't know.
And why they went was because they were pressured as a result of lawsuits to open up to blacks. And they closed rather than do that because the culture of the trades was white ethnic. And
Well,
I
maybe
think that's a fact.
I think that's
not
changed.
do anything.
I would think that's changed a lot because I don't care about your race, color, creed, or anything on a
I'm
job
not
site
talking
if
about
you
you,
know what
Rich.
you're doing.
I'm not accusing you.
Yeah.
I'm not accusing
Yeah,
you.
no,
of
no.
anything.
That's the way it
I'm saying
was.
You're probably a very smart person, and you're an open person. I'm saying this is the condition. This is the condition. It's not about personalities. It's about the institution of the trades. It is an institutional problem, and I'm just sharing that with you.
Yeah.
And if the trade unions collectively are interested in doing something to build a future, they need to start looking at the problem of lack of training, of job training, lack of opportunity for young blacks.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to do that, what's going to happen is, one, they're going to see a perpetuation of non-union hiring of the sort you, Rich, talked about in Florida, the lack of union jobs, and eventually every place will become essentially the red state South, where unions just have no fighting chance, and exploited, often immigrant, often undocumented immigrant labor is going to do your construction, and they're going to do it pretty much up to the standard that people want. Whether it is
I could argue that. I could show you pictures.
Unions claim they can do, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you what I observed and what are facts.
No, and I think you're spot on. I really
And,
do.
You guys just need to be aware. And also, I guess I'm telling this to your listeners who may not have thought about it and may not know.
Yeah.
So, I love you guys. I listen all the time. And I have my agreements, disagreements about little trifling things, but you guys have really been helpful to me. And
Good.
I appreciate the program. I'm up every Saturday at 7.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
It was hard for me today.
That's what retired people do. They get up early.
No. So let me ask you about city colleges. So they no longer offer.
Well, the Humboldt.
No, there are some programs.
City colleges is like a group of
program.
6 or 7
Oh, okay.
colleges. That's what I meant, city colleges of Chicago.
Yeah. Well, they have certain programs. There's a HVAC program. There's an auto tech program. There are some other technologies that are offered. The problem is that the kind of skills that train electricians, that train carpenters, that train the various building trades, bricklaying and so forth, just are not offered.
Right.
And while the unions have, I think I commented about with you, Robbie. We exchanged emails about the company reaching out to the tech schools, tech programs in high school.
Right.
And they need to also maybe partner more with the city colleges, and because I think that there's always this issue about how to construct facilities, how to get qualified trainers, and how to then transition the kids who will be largely non-white minorities into the jobs, and getting those barriers out of the way. The other thing, which started back in the day and has been kind of discontinued, is working more with community organizations in the neighborhoods where the workforce needs to be developed to set up training, which means, for example, in a place like Englewood, training young people by means of rehabilitating salvageable properties which have been left vacant
in that
and
neighborhood,
reclaiming them and learning on the job to do that.
Yep. Yep.
Hello?
Yes, that's it. I think that's a great point.
That's what I wanted to talk about.
Great.
And to share some context of what the problem is and to speak for those who generally don't necessarily call in and take
It
care
is
of
a problem,
Yeah,
and
no,
that's why
appreciate it, and then
we have this
firsthand knowledge,
conversation
so.
today.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate the phone call, Bill.
Take care.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Part of the problem, too, is that people are telling their kids they have to go to college.
Oh, sure.
Well, I think, and that's where he was touching on where most of it was generational. Like if your dad was in the trades, you kind of went into the trades, so it stayed like that. And I think what happened was, I'd say into the 70s, where my father did not come to me and say, you're going to go into the trades. They wanted us to go to college because they didn't want us to have to work as hard as my dad did.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot to be said for that work. I mean, yes, working construction can be physically demanding and all that. But it's also extremely rewarding. I did construction for 30 years. I've been driving a desk for the last 6.
Yep.
I'd rather be outside swinging a hammer than sitting at a damn desk.
But
you know what I mean?
Well, and here's the transition for you that I had to go through a few years ago, is because when I got done at the end of the day, I could stand back and go, look what I did, and you could see what you had accomplished for the end of the day. When you start driving a desk, all you see is the pile of paper that went from this side of your desk to the other side. That's all you get to see. So you don't get that gratification at the end of the day like you do when you're in the field.
No.
So, but for you, and what I had to look at was over time. Now, I don't get that gratification at the end of the day. I get it at the end of the year, at 3 years, 5 years, to see what we've built, what we've accomplished over that longer period of time. So if you look at when you started with your company and where you are now,
built into,
and look
absolutely.
what you've built now you've got something to look at. So, but it's a different way of looking at what you're doing.
I know, but the other problem you have is that the brain still wants to go swing a hammer.
Oh yeah.
The body goes, you're an idiot. That's not going to happen anymore. And I mean, I've done it where when I framed a stage, I went and swung a hammer for like 8 hours. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not in shape like that anymore. You get too old for it.
Go, Robbie.
I really can't remember.
Okay. So, yes, but that's the thing is,
I know.
Go ahead.
You are open to Bill, who called before about, hiring more people. You've hired many people who don't show up or who show up and don't do the job. So there's also has to be something with discipline taught from
work ethic.
Work ethic. Yeah, the parents have to teach this as well.
Yep.
Ron and other companies are ready to hire young people. They don't necessarily want to work.
If they can show up at 7 o'clock.
2 days in a row even.
This is
We'll be back.
Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
Hey, honey, when are you going to get this?
Pull. There we go. All right. You having fun, Alex? You're bored out of your skull.
No,
I can see
I'm
it.
liking this.
Oh, okay.
And there was boring.
Watching fresh meat was boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
I just wanted to make that clear.
We have a comment on Facebook Live, which I can get to, and Melissa at CPT loves my shirt.
Oh, good. Yep. Oh, yeah, I know.
I saw a bunch of JC Lick Company shirts at your office,
Yeah.
too. I didn't take one of those. I
you
didn't get
should
one
have.
of those either.
Well, you didn't go to the window
I wasn't invited
seminar.
to the window seminar.
No, because you wouldn't have understood none of it.
Okay.
Not that you couldn't have
He
learned
says I'm
something.
filler. He says I'm irrelevant. You say I wouldn't understand. Isn't that the point of learning and teaching?
Yes. Yes.
And I never said you were
I can't hear
irrelevant.
you, Rich.
Post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along.
She's going to keep rubbing that in, Rich.
How did you hear about the
You're
ISC
irrelevant.
raffle? Radio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Rich
CPT
talking?
or
All I see is meh, 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 meh.
Them for you. It's Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and
Load
actively
bearing
invites them
poster. We
to
did
apply to
that
your
one.
job. You
Okay.
get qualified candidates.
Here we go.
Yeah, I have a couple
So,
Facebook
while other
comments.
companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking
I
for.
did select an. Oh,
The
I didn't
needle
put
in
the
the
little
haystack.
radio button. I didn't
Oh,
click on
and
it.
then we should talk about Habitat too there first.
The build.
Yes.
Yes.
That's Friday.
That is Friday.
ZipRecruiter.
Yes.
Are we doing that?
The smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com.
When I feel bad after something I eat, I go out where the air is not so sweet. The Porta John. I drop my tools and I run like the wind to that tiny shack that's 6 feet from the street. The Porta John. The Porta John's a risky place, I know. 'Cause if you light a match, the thing might blow. The Porta John.
Come on, Alex. You don't like that?
As great as all those facts are,
yeah.
Watching you two do that at the same time, it was like you guys were really loving it and enjoying it, and I'm just standing over here like, what's going on?
Because we're really getting
It's
into
sort of repulsive, isn't it?
because we're getting into singing a Porta John song.
We sing so well together.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Wait until we do the the Tool song, the hardware store song.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
That's our favorite song.
Yours.
The Porta John.
The eye contact.
The Porta John. There you go. With that, I think we're just going to roll that song up right now, and we'll call that done. Podcasts of previous shows.
We're never singing again together.
Podcasts of previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on HomeImprovementUSA.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. You can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now, brought to you in part by Mr. Floor, Smart 265. Turn around, Robbie.
Go.
Smart 265. And Maggie Rad, that's MAG-ERAD. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. You can give us a call on the Mr. Floor helpline also. It's 877-711-5611, and you will have a chance to win your choice of Mr. Floor cleaning products. They're all non-toxic and environmentally safe, and you can learn more at MrFloor.com. And if somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, how can they do that?
Oh, you go over to mightyhouse.net, click on the Contact Us page, first and last name, email address, scroll on down, and click on Boom, done.
And I think we're going to give one of these Crescent tool bags away on there. I think we ought to do that next week.
On the newsletter.
So, yeah, you're going to have to join the newsletter to find out how to win one of the Crescent bags. And we'll have that information in the newsletter coming up next week. So how can people sign up for that newsletter, Rich?
You go over to mightyhouse.net, click on the Contact Us page, put in your first and last name, scroll in your email address, scroll on down, and click on Boom, done.
Boom, done. And we're not going to mail you a whole bunch of other junk. It's just going to be the newsletter.
Once a week, that's it.
Just
on
like
Friday. You'll just know who's coming on the show. Like you didn't know Kumar was coming on today.
Yeah.
And you had a link to him.
Yeah, and all that fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so George wants us to know that the Smart Local 265, hold on.
Yep, there you go. Ta-da!
These guys?
Has a Tin Hers program for the ladies.
Oh, excellent.
George, what kind of program is it for the ladies?
Training.
Oh, I thought it was a program for the ladies.
No, it's just HVAC training.
Okay. And Anthony says Anthony.
Oh, I thought you said Anthony.
I said Anthony.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Says there's a lot of college shaming going on. If you're in the trades, people look down on you with no degree. Bunch of bull.
BS.
Andrew, can I say
Well,
that?
and I've said it before. I still think
you
a
ask
good
me, is
path
what he
would
said.
be to get in the trades when you're young, but, you know, and then go to community college. Like Alex, right? He's working for you, but I would go to community college in the meantime and at least try to work towards an associate's in business.
Yep.
because he can work for you and learn all those skills over 10 or 15 years, and at that point he's getting too old to swing the hammer or go to work each day like that. So he can start a company, but now he has the resources and the knowledge to do it successfully.
Yep.
You know what?
Unfortunately, most people start a company with no business knowledge whatsoever.
Right here.
So they just, I got money in the checkbook, I'm still in business. But
That's
you're
right.
not doing it right. You're not planning for retirement. You're just getting by. And so you need to address both. So even if you have a trade school, they should not just be teaching you plumbing, electric, whatever. They should be teaching you business management and accounting.
Well, what's funny too is the college kids, they can complain about us tradesmen all they want, but I won't have all that college debt. They will. So they can complain all they want.
Yep, there you go.
You mentioned something interesting. So young people joining, what's the toll it takes on your body? When did you start, Ron? And are you, aches and pains and...
No. My knees don't hurt. My hands don't cramp up. I mean, none of that stuff happens. No, I'm fine. Right, Alex?
Yeah, you got to thin out the herd with the trades.
No, I mean, I actually am probably in better shape than a lot of guys, but it's still not what you want to do. My knees, my elbow, my shoulder.
Electricians, they go through by the
shoulders.
time by their
Rotator
50s.
cuffs, big time.
Electricians, their what is wrong?
Their shoulders blow out from
Rotator
pulling
cuff.
wires for all those years. Their rotator cuffs are burned.
Really?
Yeah. You'll find them. If they're in their 50s, they've had a rotator cuff.
I mean, but think about it. If you're sitting in a desk all day, you end up gaining a ton of weight. Your back hurts. You end up having all these health issues, related to being lazy. I mean,
no, wait. You just called Rich lazy. You just called Rich lazy.
Thank you.
He's a
No, actually, I like where he's going with this because, in all honesty, that's exactly it. I get up every morning. I do 7 miles on a bike. I do light weights, and then and I have breakfast, and I get in the shower, and I go to work. But he's absolutely right. If I just sat on my butt behind that desk, yes, you get a wide butt. You're going to have heart conditions. No, you need to get out and be busy. So I totally agree with Alex. You got to work towards it.
Yeah. All right. Who do we got on the phone there, Andrew?
We have Ed from Beach Park who won the Klein tool giveaway last month.
Oh, excellent. All right, cool. Put him on.
But he's got a question. He's talking about a light outside his house.
Okay.
It's the sun, Ed.
The light outside is the sun. There you go, Ed. What? Yeah. How do you turn it off? Just give it a few hours.
Yeah. It's Chicago.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the help.
All right.
No.
I got a halogen light on the back of my house.
Okay.
It's an old halogen with the bulb and everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the switch is to turn this thing on and off. I don't know if the bulb is blown out. I'm looking at it right here. It says, before messing with this thing, go turn the switch off.
Yes.
I don't know where the switch is. How do I trace it back?
So,
guys?
Put the little thing in the socket that makes the beeping noise, and you go to the panel and turn them off.
yeah. So they actually do make a circuit tracer for it. The other thing, does it have like a motion sensor on it or anything?
It does not. I want to put a new one up with a motion sensor is what I want to do.
Okay. So then they do make a circuit tracer that you can put on there. The other thing is you could just go buy a new light fixture or buy one of the cheapy ones with a light bulb in it and go ahead and wire it up, turn the breaker off for it, wire it up, and then you have to walk around the house and turn on.
But he doesn't know where the breaker is.
Well, then you turn.
I don't know exactly. I don't know which one it is. Exactly.
So if you touch the black and white wire together, you'll know which breaker it is.
No, don't do that. No. I'm not doing that.
No.
I've been listening for a while. I know that much.
So, but you don't know where the switch is for this, huh?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Now, there is a switch that does nothing, but I can only assume, and you know what assume means,
right?
That I'm going to die if I touch that switch and turn this over here,
Right. So then the only thing to do is you can go turn all the breakers off. Right now, it's okay. Just leave the main on. Don't turn that one off. But it's daylight out, so you'll be able to just turn everything off, go up there, take that apart, and then just wire in a temp outlet a temporary socket.
Just a light bulb, right?
So you can put a light bulb in.
Pigtail.
And then you can go downstairs, turn all the breakers back on, and then walk around and make sure, figure out what switch it is. Before you, and make sure that bulb is good before you start doing this. Because I've done this, pulled a bulb out of the truck, and the bulb's busted, and I'm not knowing, I'm chasing around looking for it. And finally, I realized that actually the bulb I was testing with was bad. So
Well, at least you bill by the hour.
yes, exactly. So test that bulb first before you turn everything off and do that. So if you don't have all the other testing equipment that you can put on there and the tracers, which most people don't have that stuff, this is just the other way to do it.
Right.
Well, see, now Ed here is the winner of last month's tool.
Okay.
So he needed the one from the month prior.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Because that one you could have hooked up and it would have told you what breaker it was on. Yeah. So that's okay. If you're interested, there's a circuit tracer from Klein Tools that you can go purchase. And they have those at the big box stores. They've got them at Idlewood Electric, places like that. So it's up to you if you want to invest in that money. But a light bulb is also a cheap tester.
Right. I figured as much. I didn't know what. Now, let me just okay. So with the halogen bulbs, you can't touch them, right? So if I just go buy a new halogen bulb, slap it in here with some rubber gloves on or something, and hit that switch, if it works, it's going to work, right?
Yep. Exactly. Yep. So
yeah, those are the ones. You can't, but I don't know. I wouldn't put another halogen bulb in there. I'd go to LED. It's far brighter and uses way less electricity. Go get a nice LED outdoor fixture with a motion sensor and slap that up in there. Or not motion, but photo cell.
But I'm saying to test this one.
Just to test one.
Change out the halogen bulb with another halogen bulb.
Yes. Yes.
Hit that switch.
Yep. Yep. You could do that too, and just make sure that you use some paper, or usually it comes in a sleeve. Rubber. It'll have a plastic sleeve on it. So leave that plastic sleeve on the light bulb, and go ahead and put the light bulb in, and then take the plastic off. If you plug it in and the power's on, then you'll melt that plastic on it, and the thing will pop right away. So. Make sure you have to make
I
sure
never
that
liked those things. They're too hot.
Yeah, halogen bulbs are really, really hot, and so.
Right. Well, I do want to change to an LED motion sensor. This is it's probably 30 years old, sitting up here.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. So yeah, you can try it with you can try a new halogen bulb in it too if you want.
Yeah, actually, that might work as a tester. I'll hit the switch a couple times, see what happens, and then.
Yep. Exactly.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, Ed.
That's a big help. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thanks, Ed.
Yes, Robbie.
10 seconds into it, I was lost. I'm like, how do I replace a bulb? And then I look up and you're still talking. What the heck is that all about?
Well, he was trying.
So you get on the ladder, you hold on the bulb. You get your 4 employees to grab the 4 corners of the ladder, and they turn counterclockwise, thus removing the bulb.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It was like a 5-minute conversation on.
But we were trying. But he couldn't find the switch for that light fixture. So now, how do you do it without? See, Robbie calls. That's what she needs to fix that. She picks up her phone and.
Didn't a second ago, didn't she just complain about she knows things?
Yeah.
Got my Tesla raffle tickets while we were talking.
What happened?
Spinner! I'm not digging you very much, Spinner. Wow.
So I met a young guy last night.
Can you give it a couple days before you start being rude to me like Rich?
I will not be rude to you.
Job, Mom.
All right, with that, we'll be back to close the show up. It's over, man.
Oh, it's over.
This is Mighty House. Mighty House will return.
You guys got it from here?
No.
Is Fresh Meat going to show you something in there?
Oh, you're finally going to show him something?
Okay, let him run the board the last segment.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Put him on it.
Yeah, I just.
What's the worst that can happen, Andrew?
You know what we can let him do? Here's my idea as your co-executive.
Press this button.
I think what we should do is
Pull
I bring
my
them
finger.
back. I bring them back.
Yeah.
And then he pots up the last closing song, and he says it until next Saturday in this mic.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
I don't know. That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead. Will you be okay relinquishing control
I
for
don't
that
know.
long?
Yeah.
He's going to say until next Saturday.
Just getting oriented with this takes a lot of time.
Sure, I know, but how?
I could do
Andrew,
this with my eyes
I don't
closed,
know.
What's
but
better
for
than the
someone
present?
new-
What's better than the present to jump in?
I don't know, Andrew. Are you going to be okay not
I'll
saying
stand
until
over
next
his
Saturday?
shoulders and guide him if he needs it.
You need to tell him that he has to say until next Saturday. It's kind of a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure
Until
like
next
me.
Saturday, MrFloor.com. But that's your job, not mine.
Are you making fun of my job?
No, absolutely not.
'Cause that's
My
all I
mom thinks
get.
it's hilarious. She's like, she always says it's so.
That's the only thing I get paid for.
32 seconds.
.com. Every time I say it, I get a penny. Yes, I'm going to get rich. I say it a lot. .com.
She loved the Klein tool pictures. I showed her those.
Thank you.
Those were a hit.
.com.
Those might get actually framed in the hallway. I'm not kidding. Every show is going to have a couple photos out in the lobby when we repaint the wall. So
I'm up to 3 cents now. .com.
To find a dealer near you. That's HUSTLER turf.com.
In a world where everyday jobs go without a mother,
No!
will change it all.
And you do the windmill thing with your arm. Rear, rear, rear.
Robbie Earhart is
Office wife, office husband. That works. Job mom.
Job Mom. Follow Robbie Earhart on Twitter, #Job Mom. Coming this summer, from the creators of Job Mom, all the jobs are monopolized. And one man is running the show.
I don't want to do it today.
Rich Cowgill is
I don't give a damn.
the Job Father.
Does almond milk and soy milk actually taste okay?
I have some of the largest bar tabs in history, and I'll walk out of any place that has karaoke.
But I'm telling you,
done.
The Job Father.
I've
Remember,
never heard
follow
that.
Robbie Earhart on Twitter at #JobMom.
I am so excited.
Uh-oh.
I have an email. Somebody is finally answering my question.
What question was that?
I will take a breath, brother. Cut back on the caffeine a little.
Here I come to save the day.
Here they come to save the day.
Job Mom.
This is Mighty House.
Is that acceptable there, Fresh Meat?
I really enjoyed that. That was like the best of Robbie Earhart in like 90 seconds.
Job mom is the best of Robbie Earhart.
It's an important job. It's an important job.
Yeah.
Can I say that word S-U-C-K?
Can you talk into your microphone so they couldn't hear you?
Well, there's the best clip ever. Can you talk into your
We're broadcasting worldwide and live from 7 to 10 every Saturday. MightyHouse.net, TuneIn.com. We're also on the Gab Radio Network. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Just look for Mighty House Home Improvement Show. And if somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, how can they do that?
Go over to mightyhouse.net and just click on the Contact Us page. You know, put in your first, last name, email address, and scroll on down. Click on Boom, done.
And we're going to have a special giveaway on the newsletter next week, right? We're going to
We're going to give away the Klein, the tool bag.
Yes.
But we haven't figured out. We're going to come up with something we'll discuss after the show, and it will be in the newsletter that you will have to respond or do something. I don't know.
Yes.
It won't be any big deal.
We'll have a minor little hoop for you to jump through. But it'll be all the information is going to be in the newsletter, and that's how you're going to win the Crescent tool bag. We've actually got 2 to give away, so we'll have to figure that out. All the information will be in the newsletter. And if somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter again, how they do that, Rich?
Go to mightyhouse.net, click on the Contact Us page,
Uh-huh.
and then put your first and last name, your email address, and you click on Boom, done.
Right. There you go. Okay. Habitat for Humanity drywall build. It's Mighty House drywall team is going to be Friday, October 11th, and from 6 to 10. We're going to go out and hang drywall with Kim from Habitat for Humanity. And we've got 11 or 12 people coming out on our team, way more than I thought we were going to. So that's
good because you're going to have 4 hours of pure enjoyment hanging drywall.
Oh, yeah. And, Robbie will be out there. Fresh Meat's coming out there. He's going to bring some equipment. We're going to do some Facebook Live stuff. So we should.
No, I think that's awesome. That's something I would truly like to do with you.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Hanging drywall? Come on. We'll put a roto zip in your hand, let you cut some outlets and some can lights. Yes.
Do we have the 4-star hotel for her to sleep, to get her beauty sleep like she was talking about last week? Or
sleep in the unit next door that they just drywalled.
Yeah.
I need a driver.
Okay.
Not
Because-
bringing my car there. I would offer, but I'm not.
How are you
bringing my
getting
car.
there?
You make sure your car's cleaned out if you're coming there.
Train,
No,
and then
someone just picks me up,
Uber or
drives me
something
there,
like that.
drives me back.
Okay.
I need a driver. Okay, and then so just,
Well, if you come to the shop, I'll drive you out there and drive you back.
but you drive me back to the shop. I need somebody to drive me back to my house.
So you need picked up. Okay.
That's a driver. Okay, so just real quick, I was telling my husband the other day there's somebody we know who is like kind of getting into the music biz, and I'm like, it's going to be great, you know. I could be like a roadie, and he goes,
Sure.
no, you'd be stage mom. I'm like, what? Band mom.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm like, I'm not cool.
No, you're not.
Oh
You're not. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're not. I'm not either. It's
I
okay.
can't believe you just said I'm not cool.
Rich,
What, sir?
is she cool?
Rich?
Yeah.
Thank you.
We'll find out if you're cool hanging drywall this Friday.
I'm cool.
From 6 to 10.
Right.
So watch Facebook, watch Twitter, Periscope, YouTube. We're going to be up on all that stuff, hopefully, and be firing out some how-to stuff and going over everything. Like I said, I think there's 11 or 12 people showing up, so
Job mom.
should be a lot of
Did
fun.
you see? I just had something pop up. So Dodge is coming out with a Barracuda in 2020.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you should see pictures of this thing. Holy cow!
Is it a
cross between a Mustang Camaro and a?
Is it a
Corvette?
retro? Is it a retro?
Yeah, a bit retro.
Oh,
Very cool.
excellent.
So I don't know if it's legit though, or if it's just a show car promo thing. But,
Got it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, I distracted.
Oh, well, I have a comment.
Yeah.
Anthony. What'd you call him? earlier?
Anthony?
Anthony. Great show again, except for the picnic basket segment. You know,
She's coming after you, Anthony. Be careful.
I can quit
No, you can't.
if you're not happy. I like the picnic baskets.
See, now you stand up and people can't even see your face because he's not paying attention. You got to sit back
no,
down.
he's not paying attention.
No.
There's two of them back there, and neither of them are paying attention to
Right.
me.
But they're chatting.
Me. I'm sorry, Rich.
Uh-huh.
It's all fine. I wasn't listening.
Until next Saturday.
Good. There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So we talked about that. The drywall thing going up on Friday. Oh, Pastor T's coming out too, Rich.
Oh, is he?
Really?
Well, then you've already got your photographer lined up.
Yeah. Pastor T will be there. He said, should I bring my drywall lift and all that stuff? I was like, no. I think they're going to have all the tools there. So.
But all you need is 2 2x4s for
Right.
ceilings.
Well, if you've got 11 people, it's pretty easy. Just lift it, hold it in place, and start screwing it in there. You know?
No, I agree.
So, but that's okay. I would assume, because they're starting at 6 in the morning and then they're building for 24 hours, I would like to assume that all the ceilings would be hung by 6
The
p.m.
lids are done. They're not going to just stick you in a fresh room.
I would think that they would go around and hang all the ceilings, right? Wouldn't you? And then start the walls?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I know one thing. We save the closets for last because that's where you burn all the scrap.
Yes,
But
exactly.
you don't use 1-foot pieces, I'm just saying.
Yeah. And the best part about doing this drywall job, you know what that's going to be, Rich?
Walking out.
No. I don't have to tape it.
True story.
That's still going to be the best part of the whole thing. So.
Just do popcorn ceilings and walls.
Oh, how gross is that? All right. Well, the music has started, and ooh, look at that! Spinner's on the board now.
Oh my gosh!
Spinner's made it. He's trying to figure out how to run things. Podcasts of previous shows available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and on homeimprovementusa.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. Video clips of the show are available at mightyhouse.net and on our Mighty House YouTube channel. And for the Klein Tool of the Month, it's going to be the 8-in-1 insulated interchangeable screwdriver set. You're going to have to call Trixie next week and get signed up for that. We'll be giving it away for the month of October. The conversation continues all week long on Facebook and Twitter. And if somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, one more time, they're going to win they'll have a chance to win the Crescent bags.
Crescent tool bags. So you want to go to mightyhouse.net. Go to our Contact Us page, first, last name, email address, scroll on down and click on Boom, done. Details will be in there next Friday.
There you go. Follow us on Facebook by looking for Mighty House Home Improvement Show, and our Twitter handle is @MightyHouse. You can look for the show sponsors on mightyhouse.net. Just look for the Mighty House team page. Next week, we're going to talk to Brandon to find out about Airbnb and whether or not it's worth it.
Really?
Well, yeah. Mighty House tip of the week, clutter clarity. In between that, we'll be taking your calls. Thanks to Kumar Jensen from the city of Evanston. For Trixie, Andrew, Spinner, Rich Calgill, and Robbie Earhart, and the entire Mighty House team, I'm Ron Calgill. Keep it square and level.
Until next Saturday.
If you have any questions during the week, you can always post them on Facebook and Twitter. Join us next Saturday for more home infotainment. Mighty House is a square and level media production.
Mighty House.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates?
TV rates.
Claire?
All right.
Claire? Pull. Say pull. See, he did it. Good. Are we off the Facebook?
Okay, do you want to do the winner of the tool bag? We only had one caller. Do you want to do it or not?
But the caller had to be a young person.
Oh, they called?
According to Trixie, he qualified, so.
I don't know.
20s?
20s or 30s?
Do you want me to come in?
No, that's there's only one, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But did they say they were young?
No, they just called. They said we want to.
Now you're asking Trixie? Everybody is.
Right.
Don't tell her I said that.
All right, do you want me to come in there and announce the winner or not?
Sure, yeah, you can do that. All right, go ahead. Here. Yeah, oh, we're still on the stream. All right. Here you go.
Hello, everybody. So we had one caller who called in for the tool bag, and that was Robert from Crystal Lake, correct, Trixie? Yes. So congratulations, you've won your tool bag. It will be coming to you in the mail, and thank you so much for what?
He needs to come out
to the Habitat to pick it up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Come out to the Habitat
So yeah, if you come out to the Habitat build, it's next Friday, October 11th, 2019, from 6 to 8 p.m. Central Time. And then I will be there as well. I'll
6
be
to 10.
facilitating some social media content and assisting the on-air talent that are going to be there from the show.
6 to 10.
And some of our loyal listeners.
And you have to be
use
young.
that phrase because it's the official phrase. Younger.
Younger than Trixie? That means
No, younger
everybody.
than me. I don't think I'm gonna meet anybody there that's younger than me, but that's okay because my school is participating in it. So.
What?
Yeah, Nutria. Well, no, not this particular one, but Nutria does partner with Habitat for Humanity. We build a house every year.
Wow.
So I'll be doing that in the spring as well.
Okay.
So.
I'll be right back.
All right,
bud.
back to my cave.
All right, thank you, sir. He smells so nice. All the time. Yeah. Yeah, no, you.
Really?
Yeah.
We're
No,
having a
no,
little
I said
meeting.
you smell nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it's a couple.
I'm going to the restroom really quick.
Oh, so he's like mixing it up. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. Yes? Yeah, I know. It's okay.